When you grab a hold of me, you tell me that I would never be set free. Well, I'm a parasite, mama, without a creeping, crawling, and slipping to the night. 2 pints of booze. Tell me, are you a bad bitch too? You a bad bitch too now? Ain't got no money to spend. I hope this night would never ever end. Yeah, Lord knows that I'm weak. Won't somebody get me off of this here reef? Well, baby, you're a big blue whale. Yes, I grabbed that reef when all the diving failed. I could swim, but I wish I never learned. I said the water's much too polluted with germs. But I dive deep when it's 10 feet overhead. Oh, and I grabbed that reef right underneath my bed. Underneath my bed, y'all. Ain't got no quarrels with God. I got no time to get old. No. Lord knows that I'm weak. Won't somebody...
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fearlessly Authentic. We are going to fix something real quick. So, okay, I don't know which one that is. The thank you thing? All right, I'll be right back.
Sitting here in limbo, like a bird without a song. Sitting here in limbo, but I know it won't be long. Well, they're putting up resistance, and I know my faith will lead me on. Sitting here in limbo, waiting for the dice to roll. Sitting here in limbo, got some time to search my soul. Well, they're putting up resistance, but I know my faith will lead me on. I don't know where life will lead me, but I know where I've been. I can't say what life will show me, but...
All right, everybody. I think we got everything worked out. I don't know. I guess there wasn't a thing. They gave me an error message and there wasn't an error. So I don't know. Anyway, there's Elle. How are you?
Hello. I mentioned Yo-Yo Ma in the chat, and so I just looked up Yo-Yo Ma, Klaus Schwab, and found this number from 2008, I believe that says, of the World Economic Forum meeting, where Yo-Yo Ma hung out with him. They're good friends. They've known each other a very long time. So good for them.
yeah.
And he frequents the LA Phil, which I have a relationship with through my work. So when I found out that he was, okay, so he was in one of these, he did a performance pre-pandemic at Davos or whatever. And then he was the guy, if you recall, at the beginning of the thing that happened that we all experienced, where people were rushing out to stand in line for a shot at fame. This is me covering it up. He was in line working on his cello and, playing music for everyone to help with the propaganda campaign for the big pharma companies. So that was Yo-Yo Ma. Yes, Yo-Yo Ma is tainted. Sorry, Alex.
Man.
So I remembered that, and I was like, oh, it makes sense that they're friends then.
I thought they were just doing like, string ensemble work together, trying to work out those complicated Mozart parts. No.
He has a whole page on the website. Let me get it.
So hi everybody.
It's crushing.
Welcome to Sunday. Seriously Authentic on Sunday. Where we're gonna crush your freaking dreams.
Crush your dreams and
Sorry.
soul. Sorry.
Lo siento.
With the help of the WEF and some beautiful string music by Yo-Yo Ma too.
Correct.
Yeah, no.
He's the cosmic.
He's an agenda contributor, by the way. Not just a regular dude. It says cellist on his bio. Okay, let me put that in the private chat so we can take a gander.
Let's see who's
While
with
we
us
get to know
tonight.
everybody in the chat.
We got Cirrus
up to.
here. Oh my god, Popeye. Yeah.
Mhm.
Bam. Lady Alex.
Lady Alex, got Shelly, got Miguel, got
Vicky,
Vicky, Adam,
Angela,
Angela.
Kate.
We got
Miguel,
Popeye,
yeah,
even
you
though
said
he's
Miguel.
a dude. All these people came Shwari Kate.
Well,
Vicky Adams
watched-
is like, don't wrench me because I'm at work. Haha, you're already wrenched.
oops.
You cannot get away from that.
Go Start just came in.
Go
We have
start.
Angela in here. And Shelley.
Yo-Yo Ma frequents the LA Phil. He's like a friend of the LA Phil. In LA, the Philharmonic, the LA Philharmonic. I'm so used to saying LA Phil. Sorry.
Wow.
Los Angeles Philharmonic.
Mhm.
I just finished watching The Lighthouse, so I'm very confused. I think you can understand if you've seen it.
That is bound to happen.
I'm less confused than I was when I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once. So that's pretty special. Which I watched the other day. And that one was good. That one was.
Oh my god, something is wrong with the bird.
CGI.
The bird is broken. He's broken.
Peaches.
He is absolutely broken.
Perfect.
Can you close that
Tell him, dog.
back door?
Not gonna help anything. It's gonna make me warm. Okay.
I didn't know I was breaking news about Yo-Yo Ma. I thought I wasn't I thought I was the only one that was in the dark about him. But apparently not. Makes me feel better.
Itzhak Perlman. Is he on the WEF band too?
Oh, Itzhak Perlman is connected to Epstein, actually. So that's
of course. I know I saw his name in some
yeah, he was supposed to have gone onto a flight at
predator
one
circles.
point. At least one flight on the Lolita Express. Yeah.
He is broken again.
When does
Shelley.
that movie come out? The Lolita Express. That should be.
Oh, fucking A. Maybe they'll let James Franco in because he was in Pineapple Express.
Well, yeah. Ideally, right? They get all the the Hollywood types
Get all the Hollywood alleged rapists involved.
Yeah, alleged
There you go.
rapists and pedos. They
Put
can
them
play
all
the
in one
parts of
movie together so
actual.
they can't bother anyone else.
They can play the parts of actual pedos and predators. Nice.
Oh my god. What is wrong with you?
Anybody got any bird Valium?
Coming down to help me with this bird?
Just a little.
I don't know.
They want to make their presence known.
Bird nerves are running high.
Yeah, this is why I kind of stopped selling tickets for stuff.
Yeah.
It's just too difficult.
We're ruining
Avoid.
all the classic players for Lady Alex. She's like, no, Itzhak too. Son of a bitch.
Let me get something about him. Hold on. Yeah, and then there's the whole fucking family of, the Bronfmans, like
Yeah.
the
I don't know what to
Bronfman
do with
guy.
him. Oh my god.
Peaches is just like, fuck you, human. I do what I
My
want.
dear.
He's like on an episode of Maury Povich or something from the 90s.
No, don't get a bird. Don't get a bird.
Jerry Springer or something.
Oh, he's in the Black Book. It's that Perlman. Okay. Cool.
Bird.
It says it. But does it show it?
Jelly.
Yeah.
What
It's
is
that
wrong
Perlman's
with
in the
my
Black Book.
bird? I don't.
I don't know. We're going to have to call up Mike Pompeo and see if he could get down here and torture him real quick. Some kind of
It's just some bird stuff.
I'm sure Pompeo's into bird stuff.
Stop screaming at me. He was covered, and now he's been uncovered. And he doesn't care.
He's not into convertibles, man.
Ew. I just read a part of an article that said Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell had a cabin built at a prestigious children's arts camp after allegedly flying celebrated violinist Isaac Perlman in for a gig. So he might not have, let's give him the benefit of the doubt that he might not have known what was going on. So there's the silver lining, Alex. He might not have known what was going on.
We can suspend our disbelief for a moment, I guess, until something else is.
That's why he's in the flight log. That's why.
Great.
Right.
He's
Now we're
probably in the
confusing
Black
Angela's cat too. Like Peaches is confusing the cat. Like
Cat's like, where the fuck is that bird?
oh yeah.
I like that when dogs get into ripping up a cardboard box. Like a dog that does it well, where they just shred each little piece. Like Althea used to do that. My American Pit, she would just like with her little front teeth just tear these little shreds off the magazine. She'd steal the High Times or the whatever, the Rolling Stone out of the bathroom friggin' magazine thing, bring it out, or take the toilet paper, do the same thing, steal the roll of toilet paper, just nibble tiny little pieces.
Poor Shelley.
Yeah, there was nothing I can do about the bird.
Yeah, we're very sorry about the audio this evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Anyway,
there's a
Yo-Yo
crazy
Ma.
bird. Speaking of crazy birds,
He began to study cello at the age of 4. He's a right prodigy he is. Attended the Juilliard School. That's what you have to do to get in the club, I guess.
Robin Williams
1976, graduate Harvard University. Don't they always come from Harvard? That's so funny. Many faceted career is testament to continual search for new ways to communicate with audiences and to do propaganda, and to personal desire for artistic growth and renewal. Maintains a balance between engagements as soloist with orchestras worldwide, like the World Economic, that makes sense, and recital and chamber music activities. discography includes over 90 albums, including 18 Grammy Award winners. Artistic director, Silk Road, an organization promoting cross-cultural performance and collaborations at the edge, where education, business, and the arts come together to transform the world. Work focuses on the transformative power music can have on our subconscious in individuals' lives and on increasing the number and variety of opportunities audiences have to experience music in their communities. Member of the Board of Trustees of Aspen Institute, which is also connected to all of this as well. And Bill Gates is, constantly going there and stuff. Member of the Board of Trustees, World Economic Forum. So not only does he perform, he's a member of the Board of Trustees, according to this bio. Performed for 8 American presidents, wow, including President Obama on the occasion of the 56th inaugural ceremony, which should be your first clue that he's a globalist.
Well, just the fact that he's on the WEF, that's enough for me. Like that little logo.
Well, if he didn't have a page yet. Oh, if he didn't have a page yet by that point, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a page, and he's got the WEF. That's.
I knew there was a reason. I saw his name being hailed in the press for convincing people to get the shot.
Oh wait, is this what we're gonna have now?
Yes,
we're gonna have. Yes.
We're going to have transhumanist freaking trumpet playing robots.
Well, they can't do it with the masks on now, can
No,
they?
look, when you see Steve, you'll see.
That's why we
see
see
the trumpet
robot.
playing robot.
This is from 2018. This was back in the day.
This is 2 years ago. 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
What year is it anyway?
He wrote this. This is one of his articles for the website.
Look, how much money do you think those robots cost? How many people do you think they could have housed or fed?
How much do you think that trumpet goes for?
It's just an idea from Yo-Yo Ma.
Yeah, it's just
it's
an
very
idea.
musical. Come on.
It's a very physical, tactile idea.
Anthony has a.
Look, he touts the 4th Industrial Revolution.
Boom.
In this. That's hilarious. I began thinking about this challenge when I read Klaus Schwab's 2018 book, The 4th Industrial Revolution. He describes an era in which technological advancements like artificial intelligence and robotics are both significantly improving people's lives and creating massive disruption. And this is happening at a time when our world is increasingly fractured, just as it's supposed to be, and ill-equipped to absorb such rapid change, when the ties that bind us together economically and socially are fraying. And they did that before the pandemic. This is from 2018. They wanted that. Well, I can't say what they wanted, but this was part of the plan to have a fractured society so we can have these solutions.
Yeah.
Oh, I know about Michio Kaku. Yeah.
The music is definitely MP3, and the robots are just holding the horns because it's just Bluetooth thing. They don't have the mechanics to be blowing friggin' horn. But when they have that shit down, then you can't tell the difference between the person and the robot. Then success. I don't know what that's called.
And then the other bit of information that we have here, because when we reference stuff, we always make sure that we have the resources to back up what we're saying.
Probably got to zoom. I'm getting back to you, Alex, on that. I know about him too.
Where?
Yeah, has his address and his private line.
Wait, who are we looking for?
Yep.
Isak Perlman. He's right. He was right there.
Same thing with Bobby and
I
Dead & Co.
See it.
Lady Elle.
That's the scientist, Martin Nowak. I tried to at him about Epstein, but he never got back to me.
All them fools were pro fucking mandate.
But yeah, Perlman's on the far right, next to Pete, the pilot. You got to go up.
Yeah.
I also know the name Joe Bacano, but I forgot who that is.
Joey
But I know that
Pagano.
It's
It
just
looks
crazy.
familiar.
This is just crazy. You know what I mean?
21 West 70th Street in New York, New York. And that doesn't mean that he participated. It just means that they flew him out.
Let's
at some
call up
point.
Pete the
They had a
pilot.
lot of
See if we can
influence.
fire up that plane. Give us a ride. Let's go for a drive.
Martin
Pete.
Nowak is connected to Jeffrey. And I
Bing, bada, boom.
contacted him about that as a journalist, but he never got back to me.
Wait, and what is this email? It's at Harvard?
Yeah. It's a lot of Harvard stuff.
Is Harvard like a commonality here? I don't know.
Yeah, because that's where that was a sweater that Jeffrey Epstein was.
Yes, he's
photographed
got his
wearing,
red
too.
Harvard sweater. Yes.
Mhm.
I remember them guys, Joey the Deuce, Nicky the Neck, Vinny the Vein. All those guys are beautiful. What?
What?
I don't know. Sorry.
Bada bing, bada boom. That's what Shelley said.
Somebody referenced something vaguely, New Yorkish, and I had to chime in.
Dr. M.A. Nowak.
Mark Packer.
I'm getting my tweet from a while ago. I tweeted him in 2019, Martin Nowak. I'll put it in the private chat. And I asked him a question. He never blocked me or anything, so I guess that's fine. He said, I love this. Never stop asking the questions only a child would ask about Harvard. And he was like referring to Harvard University's little article here about a youthful curiosity offers a compelling model for creative research, says this Professor Avi Loeb. And then I just added him. I said, what was your relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, Dr. Nowak? There's an adult question. Tell us all about your involvement with Jeffrey Epstein VI Foundation. And then I referenced the website, or I linked to it, which no longer exists, by the way. But it might be archived. Yeah, they got rid of it after he went to jail, amazingly. But I got a whole bunch of information off of it, including his name in relation to him.
Why is it doing this stupid thing? Oh my god, I hate this. Like when it does this on freaking. I have it just so that the comments are only going to the YouTube thing, but it still blocks whatever the
website still works.
is.
Oh, the website still works, by the way. You can click on it.
Oh,
go ahead and click on it. That's so
Click
cool.
on.
I thought they got rid of it. Maybe they brought it back at some point. Or they wiped it, probably, of some stuff. Because there's also reference to like their involvement with Elton John's charity. His AIDS charity had a relationship, a collaboration with this fake charity from Jeffrey Epstein. Yep, there it is.
Yes,
Y'all might not have seen this because the media never shows anything about it. Looks like they don't let you look at the media anymore on it, the website. But you see there with the $35 million gift to the university for the program for evolutionary dynamics, which he established.
It's the same university, Harvard.
Under the direction of
we live in Connecticut. We live in Connecticut.
Yeah, it's 9
This
times
is what
out
I was
of 10,
referring
it's
to.
either Yale or Harvard. Like
he was going to help HIV too. See, he cared. The program is one of the first of its kind to study the evolution of molecular biology with the primary use of mathematics. It became one of the first departments to develop a mathematical model of how cancer cells evolve, as well as infectious bacteria and viruses such as HIV. The program's models have led to key discoveries towards fighting several diseases. More recently, pivotal work has been done in mapping colon cancer resistance to inhibitor drugs, mapping the progression of pancreatic cancer, targeting the topology of minority mutations that drive tumor growth, and creating a database to predict and minimize resistance to HIV drugs. The Jeffrey Epstein VI, which stands for Virgin Islands, by the way, Foundation has
and this
supported
is we are
many-
reading this from an actual. This is documentation.
You can literally go there, guys.
Well, I'm
It
just
is still
saying
available,
for the
some of it.
algorithm that we are reading this off of a website.
Has supported many leading scientists, including Stephen Hawking, Martin Nowak. He's like, why are you bringing me up, Hawking? Which is also like, he's probably like, Hawking's? It's Hawking, dumbass. But anyway, Martin Nowak, Gregory Benford, Lee Smolin, Seth Lloyd, Lawrence Krauss. This feels like they're trying to get them in trouble, doesn't it? That they're mentioning everybody. Artificial intelligence scientist Marvin Minsky and Nobel laureates Gerard de Hooft, David Gross, and Frank Wilczek. The foundation also funds numerous universities and science institutes, including the Santa Fe Institute and the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai. Jeffrey Epstein is a former member of the Mind, Brain, and Behavior Committee at Harvard, the Trilateral Commission, yes, you heard me, the Council on Foreign Relations, yes, the New York Academy of Science, and a former Rockefeller University board member. Mr. Epstein is also an active member of the EDGE organization.
And this is from 2015 is when the copyright is.
Correct. If you go to press, I think you might find stuff about Elton's charity, but I don't remember if they wiped it or not. Looks like they wiped it. Funny
There
that.
is nothing here.
There's only a home page, probably. Yeah, they wiped this shit, guys.
Oh,
Don't
this
look
is
at it.
loading.
Don't worry about it.
This is loading.
Cleaning up.
And it's gone.
Siku.
This-
Fun fact about honey: if you eat the honey that's local to you, you'll better contend with the viruses and things that are local to you, and things that you have to fight off. It has antibodies and stuff that are not maybe in somebody else's honey that don't live where you live.
Wait,
Well,
if you
yeah.
go to like the top, maybe it'll work. I don't know.
I
Or
went
it looks
to
like
the,
the news is right here,
I went
actually.
to the home
news we
page.
could like look at here, actually.
I went to the
That's
home
probably the
page on
closest.
this because nothing else has anything.
I would
Sure.
imagine, yeah.
I'm like, there is. Look at it, video unavailable. Like everything is unavailable.
I know, they wipe it.
They don't do those kind of weird things. Why would they do that?
And the source is a website we can no longer access, of course. But we do still have Martin Nowak's name and Marvin Minsky's and all them.
Crazy.
Yep, that's what
You'd think it would work at the top,
Apologies.
but okay,
Oh,
good. It does. There's
Projects
the project.
works. I got projects. To
It might
come
be
up.
just a dead end for those ones at the bottom. Neuro TV. Whatever happened to that, I wonder? Huh. He wants to work on
Neuro TV.
AI. Funny that.
Weird.
Yeah,
Wow.
we'll have to dive into this different.
He loves neuroscience. He's really into neuroscience for some reason in his
Yeah.
off days when he's not raping little girls.
Brainiac.
Allegedly. Even though he's whatever. He was convicted, but still allegedly, I guess.
Yeah, whatever we gotta say.
Until he was, when he wasn't convicted for raping little girls.
Yeah. We are on YouTube. So, yeah. Is
And then if you go to the top,
is the Odyssey working?
I don't
Serious?
know. I'm checking it right now.
Like
I think.
I didn't even know we were going to bring this up, by the way. This
Yeah.
is all like improvised Elle stuff.
Well, that's what we do here is we go with the flow of
Elle is
things. No matter what
improvising
the
her
stream
research.
is, I am always going with the flow of it.
It's trying to. I don't know.
That's
Yeah,
why we're different from the other folks.
it's on the Odysseys. I see it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We might have certain things that we are covering or a certain person on, but we don't structure every bit of it. It is very organic in the way that it moves.
I'm checking on Odyssey right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm pulling up Odyssey.
It loaded for me, so I think we're good.
Yep. Looks
Open
like it's
Sesame.
doing good over there.
And the rumbles work too, so yay.
I is here. Okay, it's working. Yeah.
Yay!
Let's go. Very cool.
Do I have to
Thanks,
make
Aunt.
you guys moderators like every time? I don't think so. Sirius, you should be a moderator now.
On Odyssey.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't know about Rumble. I have no idea about Rumble, like making
working.
anybody a mod over there. I haven't been over there.
Yeah,
yet.
Rumble's definitely.
That's true, Miguel.
Playing.
You know me. I wanted to circle back to something that Alex had mentioned in the chat about Michio Kaku, because he has a page. He's an agenda contributor at the WF as well.
Yeah.
And he's been in the news talking about UFOs and shit.
Little says we should come together and get Lucky's van spoke, rims, and hydraulic.
Hell yeah.
I need really what we need for the van is we need the steering pump and reservoir.
Yeah. It's only a little thing.
The power steering pump.
Power steering assist. It's not really a full-on power steering.
Yeah, it's not real power steering, but it does have a pump for the power steering fluid. That's what it is. It's a power steering.
Makes it easier. It assists your steering.
Yeah, you don't want to steer without power steering fluid though in a 91
van. If it
van.
wanted to do all of it, I would have to draw the line. But since it's just assisting, it's cool. What I was gonna just hi Jilly Love. I just seen a thing that said hi Stever. Like we've been here for like an hour and a half. Did I say?
We've been on for half
sorry.
an hour. I know we're kind of like just getting our bearings tonight. I don't know.
We've got a lot of information out.
Oh yeah.
As much as the internet will let us have about Epstein's website.
That is very true, Snork. We should mention that we're not attorneys, and if we may not be using the right terms with all the lawsuits. We want to be sued for calling anybody a hebelic or pedophile within differences age. Well, I would have to agree with that. There are probably some very specific terminologies that should be implemented when discussing some of these people.
Snork, I love you, man. You're awesome.
And their behaviors. And their interactions with people, other people. UFOlogist. I like the sound of that, though. UFOlogist. How do you pronounce that? Do you pronounce the O
it's so
first?
Dumb to me, that word.
Lolology?
Unexplained. Wait, what is it? Unexplained flying object.
Flying object. Yeah.
Yeah, unidentified. It
like,
used
that
to be
makes no sense.
It used to be an unidentified flying object, which
it is unidentified. Sorry, the original.
Now it's something
unidentified
different.
flying objectologist. That's not a word. Stop making that a word.
Not.
Stop making that a word.
That's not really a word.
Another dude from New York. What do you know?
Propolis is bee vomit.
Shelly wants to know what about driving without blinker fluid? Blinker fluid.
You got to make sure your blinker fluid is topped up, just like all your other fluids. If you want to be a successful ufologist,
if you drive, I suggest that you check your freaking headlights and blinkers on a regular basis.
If you don't want to get a propolis in the middle of your road there, you need to fill up your blinker juice. And
this guy's another one from Harvard. He has a BA. Not a BS, a BA.
A BMF to boot.
Interesting.
What?
A PhD with a BA.
You know, right. I think the PhD thing might be somebody like ran a theory by me about how it's just like an affirmation cult. Like you just You just write a bunch of shit that could be complete fucking horseshit, but as long as you got it peer reviewed and everybody fucking agrees, then boom, you wrote that PhD. That's real. That's science now. And then everybody can just build right off of that. And it's just a self-affirmation cult. It doesn't
Steve,
amount to anything.
I only listen to scientists with a BA. BSs, no thank you. No BSs for me. Just BAs.
Fair point.
That's what I care about.
Yeah, most people
You have a
just
Bachelor of
overlook
Arts?
those.
Yes.
Most
will
people
listen.
just overlook those letters.
I did not. I was like, what, a BA? Like, that's not for your specific
That reminds me of
area of expertise, but okay.
like there's a Cheech and Chong bit or something.
It's almost
from the
perfect
70s.
because it's like performative, right?
Yes.
It makes sense that he would have a
Totally.
BA if he's performing, correct?
Yeah, you should. I mean, any self-respecting fucking
He's an actor then. He's not a
performance
scientist. He's
artist.
an actor. And and Bill Gates is not a doctor.
Am
And
I
this guy's not
imagining
a
that
scientist.
Lady Alex would remember? There's a Cheech and Chong bit or a George Carlin bit. Somebody was like, he's got a BA and he's a BMF himself, and like all there was just a bunch of abbreviations for things at the end of like, I think it was on Let's Make a Dope Deal or something. I want to say, I'm really kind of crispy, but I know I've heard it before.
Snork said it isn't UFO anymore.
It isn't.
Undisclosed funding project.
It is, and then they also have their fake name, unexplained aerial phenomena.
Yes, that was the one I was trying to think
which
of.
is what I was referring to accidentally.
Unexplained. I used to love that show. Unexplained Mysteries with Robert Stack. This is Robert Stack. You know?
Yeah, I learned about Michio Kaku through like a viral kind of clip of him talking about, I think it was weather control. So I was like, oh, he must be in the club. And I think he is.
Yeah, that's what it is, Popeye. He got an MA, a BA, and he's a BMF besides Bob bitchin'. For all the money in the world, Bob, what is your name? You have 60 seconds. Nobody? Just crickets. Everybody's just like, you guys are fucking old. What was that, a Cheech and Chong joke from 1973?
I wasn't paying attention to you. I
don't know that movie.
I felt like Dennis Miller for a second there. That was creepy.
Oh, there's another reference that the kids wouldn't get.
Exactly.
Random.
That was for the Generation Xers, you know.
Bordello, something Bordello he was in.
You ever hear that band Gogol Bordello?
No, I'm trying to think.
They were awesome. Movie. They're like Romanian gypsy dudes.
Something Bordello.
Gogol Bordello. I'm not sure what that means exactly.
No, bothered.
Something like state whorehouse or something. Yeah. But,
I can't get it out of my head.
Rocking band. You should check them out.
Dennis Miller. I must know. It was his first acting foray, I think. But maybe I'm wrong.
That's right, Miguel. Gogol Bordello, you know. Bordello Blood, also fine film.
Bordello Blood. Yeah. That was it.
Yeah.
1986. I mean, 1996. Eye problems again.
Whoa.
1996.
10 years
Bordello
old.
Blood. Alex, thank you. It was going to bother me because I was like, it's a B, but I didn't remember. And Shelley wins. Yes. No. Yes. Shelley.
They said it at the same time.
Shelley
really
and Alex win nothing but our respect. Thank you.
Yes.
We very much respect you and your knowledge of Dennis Miller's filmography. I'm all discombobulated from The Lighthouse. I apologize. I shouldn't have watched a confusing film before this. I still don't know if the guy was real. Whatever, it's fine. I'm sure YouTube will explain it to me at some point. I'll get an
Eventually.
explanation.
Eventually, it'll
Since the
all
fucking
make sense.
Author couldn't.
Doesn't everybody hate Dennis Miller? Come on. I thought that was
I didn't like him before it was cool, so there's that.
You saw
I thought he
Go-Go
was
in Vermont?
an abysmal
Baba Yaga?
actor.
God dang it. I wanted to go to Bonnaroo like a couple of years ago, probably 11 or 12 years ago now that I think about it. But that man was fucking off the chain. I watched all their festival sets and stuff for like the whole summer. They played all the different American festivals and crushed. I mean, they'd have like 30,000 kids just bouncing up and down off the fucking field, just like, what the fuck is this? There's just like a fiddle and electric guitar and bass and drums and I don't know, some kind of gypsy fucking magic shit going on. It was awesome.
He was at Davos. Yeah.
Dennis Miller hates Dennis Miller.
Sure it would. Sure. The Great Narrative, a new book by Klaus Schwab and Thierry Malloret, who co-wrote, or probably all wrote, COVID-19, The Great Reset, which is an actual tome that exists that you can go read for yourself. And I will put the PDF in the fucking chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't buy it. Allegedly.
Green Day Do Rock. I really like them. String Cheese, also very awesome. And both of those scenes are really, really fun to be in.
All right, put that in the Odyssey chat. Are you on Rumble where you can drop it in Rumble?
Rumble.
Who?
I'm not.
Moi?
Yes.
No todavía. Por favor, un momento.
Uno momento, senorita.
YouTube.
Mr. Bungle Rock.
Proxima. Is that the right word? Primera.
Oh, look, it
Primera
says
YouTube.
on Wikipedia, you won't find what happened when I was 8 years old. Something happened. It changed my life completely. A great scientist had just died. Newspapers printed a picture of his desk with the unfinished manuscript of his greatest work, and the caption read something like this: "The greatest scientists of our time could not finish this book." Do you guys know who it's going to be? Do you guys have guesses?
Is it going to be someone gross?
I was fascinated by this story. What could be so hard? What hard that a great scientist couldn't finish it? Why didn't he ask his mother? Why didn't he look up the answer at the library? So I went to the library and found out this man was Albert Einstein. And that book was the unfinished.
This is Einstein propaganda.
Field theory. Oh my God. The theory of everything.
Is the Einstein family connected to the Epstein family by any chance?
Yeah, The Theory of Everything. I've watched that movie. It's crap. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, nobody gave a shit that able-bodied guy, by the way, was playing someone in a wheelchair and shit, and like getting really fucked up.
Right? How is that?
Funny
work?
that. But
How
he
come
can
that
play.
was- that
But
was
he
okay
plays
back-
a trans character, and the whole world ends. Right? Like funny that.
Weird. People have
Also,
like,
he's the most weakest fucking dude in real. Like, I could probably kick his ass. Just saying.
I could tell just by the way you said it. You definitely at least get him in a good headlock. You know.
All right, are we
Shut
all
up,
set with
bro.
this into the World Economic Forum? We all done with this?
Has everybody had enough of this? Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Michio Kaku, for all of your wonderful hard work for the World Economic Forum.
Yeah, shout out to all those
And
fabulous
agendas.
musicians.
I put it in the Rumble, that article. I guess I'll put the PDF in there too, even though nobody's here. Literally just me. What the fuck? Where's everybody else?
They're still on the YouTube and on Odyssey.
I thought someone was on Rumble by now, but I guess not. So I'm not gonna worry about it.
Well, we can put it in
I
there.
won't give anyone a knuckle sandwich, Baba Yaga, because I'm a peaceful person. But I'm just saying I can knock him over so quickly. I'm just saying. Unless he bulks up in one of those Marvel movies or something.
That's great.
And
You
he is
give-
Eddie Redmayne,
Give
by
him
the
a
way.
shot. You know, like, if you put on some weight, kid, I don't know, maybe you could take me.
He's no Captain America.
Yeah. He's no.
Can you put the PDF thing in the private chat too? I'm just trying to make sure we put all the links and all the shows in the chat. So I put all the links.
Sure.
All of them.
It's a hell of a lot more peaceful than, what comes after. That's for fucking sure. I can't
This is
chat
the
on
one that
Odyssey
I-
or Rumble. God damn it.
This
Wait,
is
what's
the one
happening?
that
Rumble's not working, or it is?
I don't know. Via
no, it
Sendums
is.
is trying to chat in the Rumble or the Odyssey and having difficult time. And,
Oh, they can't chat.
Yeah, can't. Lady Alex can't chat either. There's
Why
something-
not?
I don't
What's
know.
happening?
I think it has something to do with devices that you're on, because like certain ones,
Oh, okay.
like if it's on the tablet, like on the iPad here, looking at it, and you can chat, but you can't see the entire video window. You can't make the video window big, but you can see the chat just fine and chat. So it's
different on
it
the
has different
tablet,
parameters
to
for
the
different
phone,
devices.
to the
Mhm.
to the
Yep.
computer.
I don't even
It-
get
they
shit.
all
On
look
I don't
different.
get my live chat. I don't get that on my tablet, so I would get why that would be the case. Not even on YouTube. Only if it's a replay.
Oh, really?
Snork is asking if everyone else went to Rumble. I don't know. Angela and Snork and I'm on Odyssey.
No.
I'm on Odyssey, and I think people are still on
They're on
YouTube.
Odyssey.
Yeah, people
Not
are
Rumble.
on YouTube. There's 19 in YouTube right now.
Yeah, there's still
So if
people
we're
over on YouTube.
transitioning, then we should make that clear.
Yeah,
Well, no,
like
it was just we usually keep them all. They're always going, like the different ones. We're not, it's good that we get views on the different platforms. It really helps with the algorithms of the other platforms.
Mhm.
So please make sure you guys subscribe to us on Odyssey and on Rumble as backups.
Yeah.
It really, really does
Make
help.
sure you subscribe to Elle Latham's awesome podcast
Oh yeah,
as well.
thank you.
Because those are
Yeah, I
good.
did an audiobook of the COVID-19 The Great Reset book, so I worked very hard on that. I got a lot of downloads. I appreciate that, but if I didn't, I probably would have been very upset at myself more than anyone else.
Did you read the whole book?
Oh yeah, I read it from top to bottom, 3 parts of the podcast. I think they were like 2 hours each or something. So it's like 6 hours, I think.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Lady Alex. You're a badass, because she's like, I'm subscribing on Odyssey and Rumble, even though I can't use it. Like, okay,
Oh,
that's awesome.
why won't they work?
Oh,
What's happening?
Stupid, different weird platform things. Like, I don't know. I guess if you're on the laptop, it's almost identical to YouTube, the way that they have both of those set up. At least on my laptop, that's what it looks like. And on this tablet, it gives you a chat option as well. I don't know if there's like some kind of weird auto fucking weird resizing shit that it does or something, depending on if you're on a phone or whatever. But see, it seems like those companies
Oh,
with
7 hours.
these alternative ones need to build it out so that it's like easy for everybody. Like the Rockfin, there's a bunch of fucking crappiness about that platform that if they fixed it would be fucking fantastic, but it's still, the chat still blows and it's weird. I don't know how people prioritize that.
I read COVID-19, The Great Reset for 7 hours. So 2 hours, 2 hours, and 3 hours.
Holy fuck.
So if y'all guys want to listen to that until I lose my voice, I will put the link in the chat.
ID me, Jilly. We talked about ID me before. Is that what this article is right here? I pulled up and I didn't look
This
at
is
yet.
some rare, decent news. I think I didn't read it yet, so we'll see how decent it is. But it seems by the headline to be kind of decent for us. Maybe not so much for this website, but for us anyway.
Right.
ID me is something that they've used for like the IRS and the government websites.
EDD, yes. Mm-hmm.
Like you have to use those to actually like verify who you are in order to use these sites now and everything. It's like they just want your ID out there everywhere. They want you, you know, oh my gosh, they want everything.
You must assimilate.
No.
So postponement in the requirement that U.S. trademark applicants verify their identities remains in place without an explanation or a date for a new deadline. Yay! The U.S. Patent and Trademark Office in January said late last year that domestic and international applicants face on April 9, 2022, deadline to use a one-time digital identification verification service provided by ID.me or submit notarized paper ID documents. It was an integrity supporting program for the government office. The electronic ID verification services are the Trademark Electronic Application Systems, or TEAS, and TEAS International, or TEAS-I. They have been operating since at least 2019, which just happens to be the year that COVID-19 came around. Funny that. Moving on. I'm just saying, that's interesting timing. Okay. It is only the deadline for mandatory ID verification that has changed. In March, trademark officials said feedback on our online digital identity verification option prompted them, I'm not a robot, prompted them to delay the deadline for mandatory verification. A new effective date will be announced at the appropriate time with reasonable advance notice. Officials say 20,000 people have voluntarily verified their identity, though they have not said how many chose which option. The minimum ID requirement for filing through the TEAS services has been to set up an account with the Trademark Office. Applicants and trademark holders who are not represented by an attorney have to verify their identity, as do U.S. licensed attorneys, in-house or otherwise, if they are filing for a trademark. This also is true of Canadian attorneys and agents. World Trademark Review, a trade publication owned by Law Business Research, says that companies in the United States and Pakistan are scamming applicants selling fraudulent services. It bears noting that recent reports chronicle the trouble ID.me has had in the last 2 years trying to keep up with new business. The company won a contract processing emergency federal aid to residents during the first period of the pandemic. So, where's that? So, seems to be decent news to me for us that this isn't working like they thought. So
well, it's kind of troubling though that they're saying that they are having trouble with the ID me. What is the trouble? And like, are all those people that
click on trouble?
You know what I mean?
Tell you what the trouble is.
But like, what? I mean, like, what are all these people that have given that information? Like, are they safe? Like.
No, this is because it didn't work the way they wanted it to. So it's trouble for them, not trouble for us.
Yeah.
So this is a very AI, digital ID loving website. They like this stuff. They write about it all the time. So they're not going to be mean to a company that's not living up to that standard. I mean, they're going to be mean to that company that's not living up to that standard that they expect.
Yeah,
And they
no,
have
I'm just
IRS.
worried about the safety in the I'm worried about the safety of people that have used their service. What trouble it is, what could they have, what their identities, are their identities going to be like hacked and not safe now? Is that could be the next break that comes from this?
I mean, that's always an option for them to go to that breach area. They've done it many times in many organizations, and they could do it again. You're never safe, like online. Like, unfortunately, there's no safe space on the internet. Not even probably on the dark web at this point. According to investigative reporting by news publisher Business Insider, it appears that the digital identity verification company was bringing on hundreds of inexperienced workers to handle an almost unheard of onslaught of new business. So this is what they do when they monopolize an industry. But I think it's planned, because why else would they have that happen? They would not prepare these people for this influx.
Because they really don't care.
Activity.
They don't care.
Yes, because this works for the fraudulent purposes that they're trying to pretend they're trying to get rid of. It's very complicated and needlessly so, but it helps them in their bottom line.
Yeah,
Three U.S. senators have accused the company of carelessly handling people's biometric and other information. Insider reports that senators, all Democrats, we care about privacy now, are Robert Menendez of New Jersey, Ed Markey of Massachusetts, and Ron Wyden of Oregon. The senators are vocal critics of ID.me's contract work on a troubled authentication project at the IRS this year. They appear to be using the company's operational problems to push federal privacy legislation. How'd that go? Did that go anywhere? I'd love to know.
They're reckless and irresponsible. Oh my God.
It is. And it's two different websites that are like, they have so many, I don't want to say consumers, because you don't want to be with the IRS. You're kind of there. You don't want to be with unemployment. You're kind of there. You're stuck in that situation. So they have all these vulnerable people that they have their biometric data. Not mine.
And you feel like you have to like use these services because you're not really given a different option. It's like, no, this is the one we have a contract with. This is who you're going to use.
Yep.
And then, something like this happens and then it's like, oh, well, it was that company. It wasn't us.
Yeah.
I'm getting a weird echo. Do you have volume on somewhere?
God damn it.
God damn it. This is fascinating. So they want to gather up all the bio data on everybody in the world.
I don't, by the way.
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes it gets a little funky.
I don't care anymore.
I'm sure, Lady Alex, you must have had fucking lots of intense conversations with coworkers. Like, no, you understand the physics of why a mask is not going to stop this from spreading. Like, most people are like, no, doctor.
I don't know what you're talking, Steve. You're kind of like just talking and without context. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just talking.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, though. Is what I'm saying. Oh, you're talking to the chat about something that, unless you're reading that particular chat, you don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Context.
U.S. digital ID fraud cost $52 billion in 2021. Javelin estimates.
Welcome, Drew.
Okay.
Yeah, that's wacky. We're talking about the effectiveness of masks and so on.
In the chat. Okay.
In the chat. Yeah.
Well, I was saying welcome to Drew because Drew came.
Well, welcome to Drew too.
I didn't see that before.
I'm just high. Thank you, Shelly. Fair point. Okay. The Talking Heads were dope. They still are. That whole David Byrne's friggin' Broadway fucking extravaganza, off the charts. Just
By the
friggin'
way,
stunning.
David Byrne contributed to the original soundtrack of that film I referenced before, Everything Everywhere All at Once,
Yes.
which had what did it have? It had so many fucking musicians. I don't remember how many, but like a bunch. And they worked for 3 to 6 years. It was a lot on the soundtrack. So that project was in development for a long time. And it's independently produced. And the other thing about it was there were 9 visual effects artists involved. And it said that they worked did they work individually? I have to see what the hell it said. But I was on IMDb before getting this information about that movie. But they didn't go to school. That's what it was. They had never gone to VFX school and had just figured it out on their own.
Sick.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
What a great story. Like, you can do anything you set your mind to.
Yeah. I believe that to be true. If that's what you're trying to do, you gotta wanna. People like, how do you play the guitar? Well, I wanted to.
I gotta hear it. Okay.
You gotta do it. Just do it.
It says all the VFX for the film was done by 9 people, including the 2 directors, with the majority of the shots being done by a core group of 5 people. None of the VFX team went to school for VFX. They were all friends who taught themselves with tutorials they found online for free. Base. Love that.
Yeah.
That's the way you do it, man.
Okay, so where are we on this? Are we doing this article? So
Well, I just wanted to adjust the chat a little here because Wake Up in America and Resist says it's always real on this channel. That's for reals. Popeye said he smoked a joint with Bobcat, which is fucking dope. And
Bobcat
then
Goldthwait?
a Bobcat.
That's the only Bobcat I know.
Yeah. Also, Lady Alex said she did coke with Debbie Harry at CBGB's, and Joey Ramone told her to fuck off.
I went to CBGB's. I got to go there before they closed.
That's legit.
My ex-boyfriend's band played there.
What does it stand for again?
That's really what I wanted to do.
CBGB's. Steve, do you know the initials?
Stand for?
Charlie Burgers.
It gives me the heebie-jeebies, actually.
It's the heebie-jeebies.
It was a crazy place, like downstairs. Like when you went like downstairs to like the green room of CBGB's, you went down the set of stairs. I mean, it's old, like it was an old building. You go down there and there's just a fucking toilet on like platforms, like up on some like I don't know, and there's just spray paint all over the wall. And I remember just going down there and I'm like, wow, look at that. That's the throne, I guess, huh? Like we got the throne right there.
It stands for country, bluegrass, blues, and other music for uplifting gourmandizers.
We have a
Of course it does.
We have a CBGB's record.
If anyone was wondering.
40 years ago, Wake Up America and Resist smoked weed with Willie, and he's still high. And,
nice.
All right. I'm kind of disappointed in Willie, though, overall, just in this one regard. He's like so old school that he could have done the really dank organic fucking Willie's Texas fucking weed and kept it real and, shared the profits and done it like a Farm Aid style, you know what I mean? And helped fucking local farmers and shit. But he didn't do that at all. He just went full on corporate fucking fucking genetically modified fucking garbage, fucking pharmaceutical Pfizer weed, and that's what he's selling. And that's sad.
We got to see Willie
It's a sad
before he stopped. Right before the everything happened. It was actually it was Father's Day before the big C.
Rob Juno.
And so that's coming up what, like, is it 3 years? Yeah, 3 years ago. We saw Willie
3 years ago.
Yeah.
And
Outlaw
Willie's
Festival.
back out there, and fucking Billy Strings is on that tour now.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
But
Rob,
now, now it's different.
But that's kind of a bummer to know that he just did that. I saw Willie open for Phil and Friends, and Phil came out and played with him, and it was awesome. It was really good. They did Whiskey River with Phil on bass. It was pretty cool. And Rob Juno, good to see you. Nice to hear that you he's playing guitar.
That's awesome.
Play that guitar. Forget all about that macho. Learn
I
how.
wish I could get back to it, but hand problems.
Hand problems are real, man. I got hand problems too from playing the guitar. I'm trying to adjust. I've found other things that you can do that kind of accommodate.
Not hand problems. I should say arm problems. Arm is the problem, not the hand. Only 2 fingers are the problem, or half of a finger in the other one. But the main issue is the arm situation.
Right on. Well.
And you got to have a good arm to play guitar, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've seen the dude. You ever see the dude playing with his feet? He's got no arms. Dude.
There is a scene with a foot playing an instrument in the film that I mentioned, and I won't say which film. But if you've seen The Lighthouse, you know that's probably not it.
There's a cat who plays that used to like be a regular in Venice busking on the beach, and he has no arms. He was born with no arms, and he fucking rips on the fucking Stratocaster laying on the ground in front of him. It's fucking incredible.
Amazing what people can do.
Yeah, you just gotta
put
wanna.
their mind to it.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta wanna.
Put your mind to it.
Yeah, it can be a positive or a negative thing.
I do.
So much capability in this species.
Lucky gives me hand massages, Lady Alex. So that's a thing.
And
you want me to read that?
And arnica.
Arnica gel.
Arnica's good.
Amica gel.
It is not Amica.
If you watch the trial, you know that reference. I'm not gonna even go further in that.
Arnica gel will never ever be the same.
It will always be Amica for me.
Always be Amica. So fucked up.
If Gamer were here, they would get it, you know.
Gamer would get that. He would get that joke. I think other people probably. Oh.
Hello, Gamer. If you're out there, we love you.
That's right. Check your Twitter.
Check your Twitter.
He's not good about checking his Twitter.
He doesn't check his Twitter.
I mean, it's Twitter. I can't blame him.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to get back to the article?
Claims it spoke to 9 former ID.me staffers in its investigation. They were not named for fear that it could harm their career. Oh no. Until the pandemic, the vendor mostly confirmed professional credentials that earned bearers retail discounts. It was doing roughly similar ID verification work for the IRS last year when social media boiled with false stories about how having to create a biometric profile via ID.me in order for people to pay their income taxes. Why don't you just not pay?
Wait. That wasn't that's not a false thing. That did happen when you went to pay your taxes.
That's why they put it in parentheses. There's like They're like, this is the bullshit part. We're just gonna put that in parentheses.
No, you did have to do that. That's such bullshit. And they were fucking
I
saying
know.
that.
It's like them saying this is bullshit.
Yeah,
Continue.
they put it in. They highlighted
What
it
the hell?
so you would know exactly where the bullshit was.
What is happening here? Because you did have to do that for the IRS.
I wonder if that's like an editor kind of thing. Like the editor was like, no. We gotta
What
add
is
this
happening
part.
here?
We're supposed to say JK at the end.
With
No,
the
but because
onset
you
of
really
COVID-
did have to do that for the IRS.
With the onset of COVID and a growing number of biometrics contracts with states, ID.me was contracted to, among other tasks, authenticate the identities of millions of Americans trying to collect pandemic-related government aid, which is why they were tasked with that from the EDD or Employment Development Department in LA or California.
It
Which
was a
is
bunch of
the
places. Like
unemployment
the government used them like that. Like everybody had to go through that whole ID.me. Like they did that.
But I think what they're saying is because of the government related, because they had the pandemic relief
Let me get the
unemployment thing, assistance that was tied in. So that was why there was a contract. So that makes sense. But not anymore, I would assume then. Not unexpectedly, ID.me managers had a hard time expanding its headcount from 50 in January 2020 to 1,500 at year end. The resulting frenzy, according to Insider, was a biometrics vendor operating like a loose collection of spare parts. Best practices and explicit privacy rules in some cases were ignored in order to move the incoming ID requests, according to sources. In an interview with Insider, a company spokesperson said security and privacy are the highest priorities. Sure they are. Among the more glaring accusations in the articles are accounts of shared customer personal documents, background checks for new workers not completed until after some were hired, and seemingly unusual face biometric matches.
what the
Biometrics
hell?
Maybe no medium-sized identity business could have successfully addressed the nation's needs as it reeled physically and economically, but the outcome could mean fewer government contracts or even the unpredictability of a congressional hearing. And we hate the unpredictability of those congressional hearings.
Okay, this is so weird. So I'm gonna have to look at the other paperwork that I had gotten from the IRS because
Well, what date is this article? Because it might be an older one. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say what the date of the article was at the top.
well,
Okay, it is
Yeah,
recent,
no.
so they are bullshitting.
yeah.
I
okay.
didn't know. I'm giving
Because
them
wait,
the
hang
benefit
on,
of the
hang
doubt.
on. The thing is that I'm trying okay, so I'm currently I'm having to do this stuff with the IRS because of my dad. Because my dad died, he didn't get his taxes, he didn't get his stimulus. So I had to file taxes for him. I had to do an ID thing, and I need to find the letters that I had before with him because I had to go through this whole extra additional process of identifying who I was like with the IRS, and I had to call them, and like it was this whole thing, and they refer people over to get and because I was doing it for my dad who was already deceased, like obviously it wasn't not his data that or you know what I mean that they needed, but I'm pretty sure that the other one said do an ID me account. And now I just got another letter from them, and it doesn't say, it says use idverify.irs.gov. They're not sending people over to that website. And I got this, the letter is dated from June 9th, 2022. Same day. They sent this out the same day that this article came out.
Well, there you go.
So I'm gonna look at the other paperwork that I have and try to see like, wait a minute here. So yeah, you can keep if you want. You can keep going. I'm gonna see if I can grab that real quick and see if.
No, there's nothing more.
Oh,
I was going to switch to gun control after this because there's not many other options to talk about.
excuse me. Don't roll over my toes.
Okay, well, I'll talk a little bit about my experience watching that film that I mentioned before. I didn't think that anything in 2022 would be good in terms of filmmaking, and it changed my mind on that. So there's some hope left for creators in the world, which is good. I'm very happy to know that because it wasn't looking so great. I only watched a couple of films from this year, though, before that, which was Scream 5 and The Batman, which I could take or leave, to be honest. I'm still upset about that ending. But if you know, you know. I'm sure you do, Shelly. We all do. We'll get to it. Don't you worry. There's still so much show left. But that's probably the last thing I would mention. Oh, no. The Summit of the Americas happened, too. So I guess we could do that first, since it's not as heavy a topic. I mean, it's heavy here, but not worldwide, like gun control shit.
All right. The one that was up on top doesn't say use ID me, but I know that there was something that I had that came up that I was supposed to use the ID me for, and I believe it was for the IRS.
Well, I put in the private chat the article from ABC7 local in LA, because as you guys are probably aware, Biden went to California, specifically LA, and talked about the Americas and everything at the Summit of the Americas. Boring. But rather than seeing what he said, which you probably already know, just see how it impacted the city of downtown LA, where there's a lot of people who have been priced out or evicted for some reason or another, who just having hard times, who are out on the streets in camps that have been pushed aside to make room for the president. Because anytime there's an event in downtown LA, we got to move the undesirables out of the way. Right, guys? That's the way to do it.
It's awful what they do.
But he cares so much and wants to save us and wants to help us.
Yes.
Even though he can't even put on his pants one at a time. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Maybe. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know for sure. I've never met the guy in person. But
I wouldn't be surprised.
You could put a couple things together and kind of go, yeah, that's kind of like I would expect a senile old man to do that.
We
could probably ask somebody that works in you know, in healthcare. What would
Alex, I was really late getting back to you on that comment. What is love? My answer is to you, Alex.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Yeah, it's so randomly done. It's you wouldn't know what the fuck I'm talking about, so I'm explaining.
I learned long ago when somebody types "what is love" in the chat, you immediately respond,
what I think.
Baby, don't
hurt me no more.
Exactly.
That's what I want to say to the government. Baby,
I think of Mr. Wilson and him saying, "Pour some sugar on
Riley Martian."
That just seems very messy, to be honest. I don't think it's very sexy. I think it's messy.
I don't know. Wilson has a thing. I don't know what the obsession is, but he's got a thing for pour some sugar on me.
We referenced the Rob
Oh,
Schneider,
it's a metaphor. Never mind. Go ahead.
and all of a sudden Riley Martian is in the room. Coincidence? Have you ever seen Rob Schneider and Riley Martian in the same place at the same time?
What?
Come on.
Oh, back to taxes. I will say that movie that I was referencing before, Everything Everywhere All at Once, what the original film title was, A Woman Doing Her Taxes. A woman does her taxes. So that's part of the film right there.
Wow.
So
That
it is
sounds
about
hot.
taxes, ironically. So that it's all tied together, dude. That's the best movie that I've seen of 2022 is about taxes, essentially.
Well, all that sugar talk makes Popeye
and
want
how
some
shitty
sugar
taxes
snacks.
are.
Oh my god. Yeah, sugar snacks. Oh god, those got to be so. Those are so sweet.
Sugar smacks. Dig them now with extra glyphosate.
I can't do sugar.
Jilly,
I gotta do
Jilly's
fake sugar.
asking if anyone did 23andMe or Ancestry.
Of
because
course.
they have your DNA.
They do.
They already
I did
have
not
it,
do
yes.
those. I did not do any DNA kits or tests.
They could get it at the hospital, though, technically. If you're born, they could have had a system in place that we don't even know about in which they extract DNA right after you're born. But we don't know. It could be. That could be
Anything
the
is
easiest way.
possible. Anything is possible. We might be manufactured babies that really are growing up, and we are in a freaking reality chamber. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this could all be like, we could be the ants of the
Chow down.
in the
Rob.
universe.
Little says, "Oh wow, the Mike Muppet got an accessory."
It did.
Yeah. Now he has like a face.
The googly eyes. Oh, here's another thing you would enjoy, but about that movie I was referencing, Everything Everywhere All at Once, in theaters now, is if you want to watch it and you want to pay for it and shit. But I didn't do that. But anyways, googly eyes is a feature in that film as well. So you might really enjoy this film. Is what I'm saying. It's like taxes, googly eyes, multiverse. It's interesting.
That's really weird because I make things with googly eyes, and one of the new items that we put up on our online store is googly eye necklaces. I'm not kidding. I have to pull it up just because I have to show you this.
They're
now.
watching your shit. You weren't around with googly eyes at the time that they came up in the movie, so be okay with that. It's like 2000.
No, I made this before. I didn't.
2004 or something.
Yeah. Well, no, this is something and I. Wes got a googly eye stinking thing too.
That's scary, Jilly. Stop saying that. She's like, Epstein's baby ranch is Bill Barr's father's manifested psycho nightmare.
Probably.
Yes.
Donald Barr. Shout out to him.
I hear regional
Space
ancestry information is not reliable. Anyway, just handing over the keys to your body. Nothing to see here.
You're
Just
gonna
a little,
manufacture babies,
just a little bio doll.
Well, look at here.
When they make
Googly
your clone.
eyes.
When they make
It's
my
not really
clone, I hope
the same.
that
It is googly eyes. It really is
It's
googly
not
eyes.
on anything though, so it wouldn't be.
It
no
is
issue.
it's in resin.
It's in the
But
resin.
there's
made
googly eyes
googly eye.
on things in the movie if you watch
That's
it.
true. That's true.
Okay, but still, this is
I
rainbow
can't give away
googly
too
eyes.
much about this movie, but I'm just saying there are googly eyes, there are taxes, and there are Chinese people and American people, and Jamie Lee Curtis for some reason is in it, and okay then,
For some reason.
playing a regular person.
Wesley
I don't wanna say who
Donovan
they're playing.
adores his googly eye rolling tray. So
Yeah,
That's what's
Wes got a googly eye rolling tray.
Okay.
yeah,
He did.
he's just
Oh,
been
do you make
looking at it.
pics by any chance, Steve? Have you ever thought about making pics?
I make pigs.
Guitar
Yeah.
pics?
Lucky makes
guys?
guitar picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys do. Okay.
Yeah.
Why
she
is
does.
this in your cart? Why do you have something in the cart
I don't know.
of our store?
Because I'm gonna
It
buy something.
happens.
I'm gonna buy it. Leave it in there.
No, you're
Sorry.
not gonna buy it. Don't be a weirdo. Why is this? Well, you gotta fix this thing so like the categories come up either.
The category is at the top of the page. Scroll down a little. Scroll down.
I see it right here.
Okay, so that's
Sold items. I was gonna show the googly eyes.
Well, you should.
Where are
Since
the
you're in there.
googly eyes?
Yes, that's absolutely Thank you for bringing that up, Lady Alex. Everybody who got something,
There you
please
go.
take a picture of it
There it is.
and you wearing the thing so we can use the picture
See?
of you in the thing. Because it's important.
You would
And
love
you can
this
hear
movie.
you can hear the googly eyes. I don't suggest having your butt on the tray, Wes, when you shake it, but you can hear the googly eyes if you shake the tray. But yes.
See, you guys.
This
could be
movie
like,
is very long, by the way.
You guys could be
that I
like,
watched.
I'll buy half of the friends' necklaces. You take the big half. I'll take the small half. Put them together, make a heart.
Oh, see, yeah. Why doesn't it come up like this? Why doesn't it come up with the items in the categories? Why isn't that on the main page so that when you go to the entire
categories
thing,
is on the
you
front.
can see, oh, there's resin art, there's the jewelry, there's
categories
wristlets.
are on the front page with little pictures.
I think
Click on each one. See that? If you go all the way where you just were a second ago,
This doesn't show up on the main page, Steve. This isn't what happens. What happens is when you go to the main page from it, it shows whatever the last thing is that
if you
we
click
posted
store,
up there.
right below the picture of Leo right there, it has each one of the categories.
I know.
Okay,
But I'm
that's what I'm
saying
trying to say.
when you go to it though, what it shows you is it shows you the last things that we posted.
Shows you the items that are available in those categories.
But it doesn't show you the different categories of the store. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. So new stuff.
And googly eyes do make everything better.
They do.
That's what I learned from that movie for sure. Like they really did help. They saved the day, actually. Allegedly.
They're helpful.
It's not true.
So
Yeah,
if you guys want to go to our store,
that's the one that Wes has. The
What?
googly eyes. Today.
he does. He has the googly eyes. All right, I'm going to take this off of here.
That's true, Julie. I agree. This movie is about peace and googly eyes, and I appreciate that.
Maybe if we smoke enough weed, Susie,
Watcher.
we can counter some of the effect of the radio frequency offshore intentional atmospheric toxicity.
Oh, bye, Alex. Thanks for joining us. Head to the Rumble and the Odyssey for the replay later at some point in the future.
Man,
If you want.
that's funny, Miguel. I saw that shit. And I don't know. Is it too soon?
What?
Miguel says Justin Bieber has googly eyes.
It's never too soon.
It's like, is it too soon?
Oh, it's awful.
It's never too soon.
He's
It's
like,
actually too late, really. When you
It
think about it.
it might
We
be.
can watch the report, and
I do.
then we don't have to read the thing.
Well, only when they
Circling
ask me
back
to.
To the situation in DTLA where they shoot away a bunch of people in camps so that the president can make a stupid speech that meant nothing for the Summit of the Americas.
Yes.
That was my introduction.
Yeah, that was how about the girl and the like with the bullhorn like confronting the fucking cavalcade of cars coming through and a cop comes and running over and just tackles her and fucking like flips over like 3 times or whatever. That was really
Oh, I
uncalled
didn't
for.
see that.
Yeah, terrible video on the Twitter showing that.
I'm not
Too
going
late.
to. I'm not going to rename that necklace Justin Bieber, but like if you guys buy it, you can totally name it Justin Bieber necklace.
It'll put it in the soul category.
Shout out to his wife, who also had a stroke at 25, I believe.
Yeah, and she had like a claw, I think, in her brain, right? Is that what happened?
I think.
Yeah, but it's very complicated. It's a whole big thing. No,
Yeah.
it was her heart, I think. Something happened with her heart. But I don't remember exactly what it's called.
I think the clot like came out from her heart. I don't remember exactly now,
Well,
and
I
I'm
hope those
confused.
kids get it
No,
together.
I
man.
just shared that recently.
They're just fucking
in the chat.
youngsters, man. Get it together, man. Quit taking the fucking boops.
Yeah, Riley said Steve has his own stuff in his cart. Do you give your own reviews as well, Stever? There's no
She
reviews
had a
on the
hole in her
site,
heart.
but that's funny.
She had a hole in her heart. Yeah. What do you call that?
She had a hole in her heart after her stroke, and they had diagnosed her with, what is it called? Patent foramen ovale. So it was between her heart's right and left atrium.
Yeah, they
And
both
got
just
rid
have
of
like
it.
really rare things that happened like within the same amount
And
of
it
time.
allowed her. Okay, so here's the brain part. It allowed the blood clot to escape to her brain, so it was connected to her heart situation.
Right.
Yeah, that's
That's why we're both right there.
Super
So
dangerous.
look at us, knowing our shit.
Allegedly.
Oh
Well,
my
according
gosh.
to the doctors, anyways.
So the homeless were moved out of the DTLA.
Why?
Downtown LA.
Summit of the Americas, but it's sparking criticism.
It's
but
sparking criticism.
as if like but it's sparking criticism. This is our controversy. They only care because it's sparking criticism.
Yes.
Otherwise, they wouldn't even cover it. Like
But
they feel
it was
an
done as a safety
obligation,
precaution.
like to cover a story because it's sparking criticism. That's what that means. This means right here, sparking criticism means it's an obligation story. We don't really want to cover this, but because there's been some outrage,
I'm sure
you
they'll give
know,
us those
we feel like
keywords.
we need to cover this, like to cover our own assets.
Though it was done as a safety precaution, some feel the
That's
situation
right.
wasn't handled correctly. I don't know why. Let's
It's
talk
always an
about it.
after effect.
You know, we always
So
take
let's see
care of those
how
messes
they
as soon as
go
they
about this story. I'm sure they got a lot of great information here that's really, pertinent.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna mute.
We're not reading, we're just watching, by the way, guys. We should probably commentate over it in case YouTube has
look different this week. There's no tents, no shopping carts, and very few people.
And now with news reporter Irene Cruz is there live to tell us why. Irene?
Hi. Good afternoon, David and Ellen.
Whatever
Usually
it is.
behind me, you'd find a larger homeless population walking around these streets. But with world leaders meeting today in downtown Los Angeles, areas like these sidewalks are left barren.
Every 100 feet or so, you see a homeless person, it seems like.
People who work and live in downtown LA are no strangers to seeing the homeless in this area. But for the past
why that
couple
is.
weeks, they've noticed fewer and fewer.
It's been a little eerie. Like, I'm used to them in the community. I know some of them. Some of them are friendly and they say hi every day.
It's all because leaders from North, South, Central America, and the Caribbean are here for the 9th Summit of the Americas at the Los Angeles Convention Center. City and federal agencies have put up a security zone and closed streets for the event around South Park. But that also means many of the homeless encampments have been cleared from streets nearby.
We have visitors in the city, so they'll clean up in the meantime. But at the same time, they'll be back up in a few weeks, and here and there, they'll break them back down, they'll build them back up again.
It's a safety precaution, but not everyone agrees that the situation is being handled correctly for the homeless.
I'm a bit disappointed because, again, we focus on image in Los Angeles, and I kind of believe that we ought to leave the imagery up to Hollywood and that we ought to present real Los Angeles.
You get them being shoved aside for 1 week, and then poof, they're gone, and they still don't have a home.
It's time to no longer stall or just address this situation during big events. It's time to make this the big event, to immediately house and shelter everyone, and then create innovative, affordable, immediate housing.
And the Summit of the Americas wraps up today. Again, there is a secured zone and there are road closures around the convention center, and that includes freeway entrances and exits as well.
There you go. So that's the
Some
report.
downtown Los Angeles streets look different this week. There's no tents, no shopping carts.
Looks like they talked to a few people and they had some interesting things to say.
I mean, I agree with how much effort do they put into sweeping the homeless and sweeping them? It's like, where do you expect them to go?
Which is just moving
Where do you
them to
expect
another
these
area.
houseless people to go? You're just moving them to make them somebody else's problem. Stop. They're people. They're fucking people. They're human beings. They don't deserve to be treated that way and just be continually pushed aside and pushed aside.
This happens during big events.
At least the lady admitted, like, oh, she, like, we miss them. I know some of these people. Like at least she sees them as humans. It seemed like she humanized them in that story. And it's like, they need to be humanized. They need, like, how is it, that this is okay? Like, in the richest country in the world, supposedly, we have money to sweep the people, but we don't have it to help the people. Everything is always reactionary. We need to have some preventative in this country and stop looking at things as an after effect, or, oh, now we have to cover it. Oh no.
Well, that's what happens. Things just get exacerbated by other things, and they get worse and worse, and then people swoop in to save the day. And like philanthropists are gonna do this and do that, and they everybody looks fucking great, and meanwhile nothing happens, and it's just a big fucking shit show. Nothing changes. All the pieces are still the same to the jigsaw puzzle. You know what I mean? Nothing has changed at all. In order for things to change, we have to build a new jigsaw puzzle. You know what I mean? Like that's just seems so obvious to me that these people are human people. You don't just sweep them off the sidewalk. That's not, that's not acceptable on any level. Like how could anyone assume that that's okay? Well, at least they got them out of the streets before the important people showed up, like what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. What does that say about the citizens of LA?
Exactly.
Like,
what does that say about
the people who live here, who were fucked over by the government? Saying, oh, the government's coming in, they're going to pretend to care about you right now. So you got to move away.
They're collectively fucking you over. And then when it's convenient for them to do anything, then they swing into action to deal with the problem after the fact, so that they can't, never let a fucking tragedy go to waste. That'll get you on TV. It'll get you a news story. You know what I mean? That's the fucking.
I mean, and who makes money off of the houseless? The people that make the money off of the houseless. Think about this now. It's not, when you are living in that type of situation and all of your belongings are being swept away from you all the time, you have to go back out and you have to buy another tent, another portable, like for most people, it's what they use to go camping and go stay somewhere in the woods or go to a festival. And that's it's a temporary thing that you can have from the elements. It's a temporary thing. And then there's like it's absolutely awful. Who's making all the money off of the people?
Goods companies making a fortune.
Yeah, they are. They're making a ton. And think about the environmental impact that this has when they're just throwing the people. Not only are they displacing people, they are living in things that are meant to be for like a weekend trip, or a getaway or whatever. That's what the intention of these tents is supposed to be for, is for camping. And they're being completely demolished, and over and over again, people are having to go out and get new tents, get new structures to try to like survive in. So there's like under it, you're like, it's probably Walmart's probably profiting like crazy, and any like sporting goods store, like type store, and the big market stores, Coleman, all those name brands of whoever is making those tents, they're making money off of the houseless people.
Because even the people like trying to help the people who are homeless
are buying them,
buying new tents and new sleeping bags and new things so that these people have some sort of protection from the elements. Tarps and you know what I mean, just stuff like that. All
more
this,
garbage and plastic
all
that
this
ends up in the
gear
landfills too.
Yeah,
It's just so disposable.
It's all, as it dissolves into microplastics into the soil. It's fucking gross. There's a disregard for human life. They don't value life in general.
No, but
That's
they do
the
like to
underlying
pretend they
thing.
do.
They like to pretend that they're all fucking righteous, and
They like to make
that's what
speeches.
they're all about. Right.
So yeah, Linnea, Biden did come to the port of Los Angeles, which is what I call it, which is what it's actually supposed to be pronounced like. But anyway, he did come there and he spoke to the nation. And let's maybe look at some of his comments if we can, for a tidbit, not too long, because YouTube copyright craps. But I did put it in the private chat. This first is the one. While we're on Biden inflation, let's get that over with. If YouTube will allow us to listen to the president for 2 fucking minutes.
This is 24 minutes. So where is this?
8-minute mark for his wonderful intro into his Biden inflation speech, which is actually Putin's fault. Everything is Putin's fault, as we all know.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how that works, but
somehow that works for them.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Putin's fault. Then I want to know why he hasn't raised our minimum wage, because that's what he did in his country. Putin raised the minimum wage to and capped inflation. Did a whole balancing act thing with all of this. And I'm getting that information from somebody that actually lives in Russia.
And it's really sad because
let's go, Brandon.
It calls.
I love this base chat. Sorry.
It calls another terrible Saturday Night Live fucking comedian to mind, Colin Quinn. Joe Biden. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, I'm gonna mute us and then play this.
I'll put it in the chat, guys. There you go.
Americans are anxious, and they're anxious for good reason. I was raised in a household when the price of gasoline rose precipitously. It was the discussion at the table. It made a difference when food prices went up. But we've never seen anything like Putin's tax on both food and gas. America should also understand our economy has unique strengths that we can build on. The job market is the strongest it's been since World War II, notwithstanding the inflation. We added another 390,000 jobs last month, 8,700,000 new jobs since I took office. An all-time record, never that many jobs in that period of time. Unemployment rate is near historic lows. Millions of Americans are moving up to better jobs and better pay. And since I took office, families are carrying less debt on average in America. They have more savings than they've had. And we're doing it all while cutting the federal deficit by $1.7 trillion this year and $320 billion last. If I hear one of my MAGA friends once again talk about debt and deficits, I'm going to be good. They increased the deficit by $2 trillion. Anyway, that's another story. But look, this is the largest decline
what
in
alternative reality is he living in?
Progress, America can tackle inflation from a position of strength unlike any other country in the world, because every country in the world is getting a big bite and piece of this inflation, worse than we are in the vast majority of countries around the world. But make no mistake about it. I understand inflation is a real challenge to American families. Today's inflation report confirmed what Americans already know. Putin's price hike is hitting America hard. Gas prices at the pump, energy and food prices account for half of the monthly price increases since May. Inflation outside of energy and food, what the economists call core inflation, moderated the last 2 months. Not enough, but it moderated. It's come down. We need it to come down much more quickly. My administration is going to continue everything we can to lower the prices to the American people, and the Congress has to act, and they have been of late. one of the key ways to fight inflation is by lowering the cost of moving goods through the supply chain. When I first started talking about the supply chain, when I came here well over a year ago, the American people understandably wondered, supply chain. Well, I mean, that's not a usual part of their jargon every day. But they understand
we've
it fully
never
now.
heard of a supply chain.
They understand it. If you can't
We're
get
stupid.
the material needed to build a product you're building, whether it's an automobile or whatever it is, it makes it difficult to be able to move.
Isn't
And
that
that's called
supposed
the
to be
supply
like
chain.
American-made shit?
That's
Like
why
we're
I've been
supposed
focused
to
on ports.
Make American stuff.
Last fall,
now?
ports
That's
around
what I
the
was
world
told.
were congested due to disruption.
That's what they were supposed to do, right? Like
This
he was
is
supposed to
ridiculous.
Have everything go American made. Was
You
that
know,
not his part of his plan? Am I
that was
crazy?
part of it.
I think NAFTA happened. I think.
You know, what's really
Like-
funny about the whole situation is that Joe is just obviously, you know, like living in some other place or something, looking at this through a magnifying glass or something. Like he's really, really fucking high on drugs or something, because he doesn't make any sense about what he is.
Now let's think about this. What was happening with the Trump presidency? With the Trump presidency, everybody was telling him one thing and telling us a completely different thing. So we don't know what propaganda he's being fed himself, so that he can honestly repeat this and think that maybe he's not fucking us over as bad as he is, because he would probably say the truth, because he has no like filter, and with the, you know, his state of mind that he is in, they might be telling him exactly this, and he might be under the impression that what he's saying is true because of his state of mind. I think that could be why, because it doesn't seem like he knows how to keep on task, and like his filter, you know what I mean? Like his filter isn't there. So
His filter isn't there. He's missing a couple key components. I think we can all agree.
Yeah.
The idea that it's Putin's tax hike, I like that. You know, that's like he's sticking to it. You know, that's god dang old Putin. That son of a bitch raising the gas price and the food prices. And did I tell you about supply chain? You know, one of the best ways to raise prices is to cut off chunks of your supply chain and the key
He
economic
blames
downfall
big
time.
companies at the end.
and it's always gonna be, they're always just gonna continue to repeat, like, oh yeah, it's Putin, because then, you know, that you say it enough that people just start to believe it because they hear
That's
it.
what they think. The chat is not feeling it though. The chat is so big. Look at the chat. Like Putin's price hike. Putin, you printed 4 trillion, Joe. Moderated, and then open up the pipelines, and then Putin take ownership. It's not Putin. It's your decision. It's so frustrating. What a major mistake.
Truth, such a dumbass.
Stop exporting oil to Europe. Calm down, people. Inflation moderated.
All right, I'm gonna mute us so I can play more of that. There's a few more minutes.
We could skip to the end because the last part is pretty telling too. So like
where
22 minute 22. We are just in dystopian times. I don't know what to tell you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna mute us.
Together. Find common ground to solve problems like we've done in the ports and in trucking. We continue to build the extraordinary progress we've made. So we got to continue building this economy from the bottom up and the middle out. And I mean that literally. I am so sick and tired of trickle-down economics. It does not work. When the middle class is doing well, and they do well because of labor, when the middle class is doing well, the poor have a way up, and the wealthy do very, very well. They have never been hurt.
He always says the wealthy will do
well.
very, very
Never.
well. He's always
Never.
like assuring them, don't worry,
It's
you're
about
okay.
time we start to regather and remember who we are and get a lot of this done. But there's no better place to start than right here in the port and letting those 9 foreign shippers understand the ripoff is over. Thank you.
I think it's just begun, but all right.
All right.
Don't you? That feels like a presidential speech.
We're going to make sure that everybody knows Exxon's profits. Why don't you tell them what Exxon's profits were this quarter? Exxon made more money than God this year. And by the way, nothing's changed. And they're not, by the way, one thing I want to say about the oil companies. They talk about how they have 9,000 permits to drill. They're not drilling. Why aren't they drilling? Because they make more money not producing more oil. The price goes up, number one. And number two, the reason they're not drilling is they're buying back their own stock, which should be taxed, quite frankly, buying back their own stock and making no new investment.
Now you're saying the quiet part out loud.
I always thought Republicans are for investment.
It's just
Exxon, start investing. Start paying your taxes. Thanks.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm confused. I thought it was Putin's tax hike. I didn't think it was the corporations, Mr. Biden. Which one is it? Tell me.
They shouldn't let him improvise anymore.
I know, right?
No, he definitely takes a hit every time he tries to go off. Start blaming people. You're gonna blame Exxon for not paying taxes, or is it Putin's tax hike? What is happening?
And that's why I think that there is something that's happening where what they are telling him is that, like, you know, they're telling him a certain thing and certain numbers so that he repeats it, and he's very confident in all the wrong ways in saying the wrong things. But to him, it makes sense as to what he's saying. And he's like, yeah, you know, and then he gets a little cocky off script.
Like when he was saying shit about handguns, like he knew what the fuck he was talking about. And everybody's like, no, that's not what you're not saying the right thing. That's not what that means. You don't know guns. Shut up.
The big golden hook comes out and pulls him off the. Come on, Mr. President. It's time to go.
Pops C says he's off prompter. This should get good. It did.
It's just so crazy. Start paying your taxes. Why aren't they drilling? He's calling out the companies for not drilling.
9,000 permits, eh? I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna fact check him on the show. Let me do that, guys.
Fact check him.
9,000.
I'll check some chats. Will you fact check him?
How many permits are there, Joe?
And you know what's crazy is that plastic. We've talked about this on the show before. Plastic is petrol. It is oil. It can be turned back into diesel and gasoline. And somebody's like, well, it's not clean burning. Okay. We've already done the whole process of taking it out of the ground. It's polluting. We're going to use it anyway. Why not use it and turn it back? Like, at least convert it into something that's useful. Instead of being an island the size of Texas out in the ocean, like we could actually be. Imagine if people realize that all the plastic that they throw away, that's fuel.
Yeah.
That we could have a gold rush on plastic because people would go, oh, wait a minute here. And then companies realize, oh, people know this. They know that, plastic can be turned back into fuel. They'll probably stop making plastic. That's what we could get the companies to switch.
It would be.
I got a fact check from PolitiFact of all people, and they kind of put a damper on the proceedings. Because it's not specifically related to his time as president.
Okay.
That is the reason that's happened. That they're not drilling. I could read it really quickly. the little bits and pieces. But it was there at the end of 2021, there were 9,173 approved and available permits to drill on federal and Native American, but they said Indian lands or Native or indigenous lands, I think is the best way to say it, but they say Indian here. Those permits include those issued under Biden and those still active from Trump's administration and potentially before, said Josh Axelrod of the National Resources Defense Council. Companies don't have to immediately begin drilling as their leases last 10 years and can be extended beyond that. And so then at the end, the ruling was mostly true, and that he said the oil industry has 9,000 permits to drill now. They could be drilling right now, yesterday, last week, last year. Then they say Biden's number is correct. There are 9,137 approved permits to drill on federal and Indian land, and the oil industry could use those permits and drill. However, once the permit is approved, drilling doesn't start overnight. Some companies choose not to drill for corporate reasons because they can raise funds from investors by not drilling on leases with proven reserves. Having thousands of unused drilling permits is not something that is unique to Biden's tenure. So there. Oh, it's at the bottom, by the way. That was a quick fact check from an actual fact check website.
In unrelated news, every time I hear the word Axelrod, all I can think of is Mike McRae doing David Axelrod.
Oh my gosh. Yes, me too.
That makes me
I thought of David. I'm old.
uncomfortable.
David Axelrod.
Yeah.
Also, why would you want Biden? Why would you want them to drill on indigenous lands? Why would you? Why would you want that, Biden? That's why.
Why?
I thought you liked indigenous people. Lies, but still, that's part of his thing. So he likes drilling on these lands, federal lands and native lands. He doesn't have a problem with drilling because he wants Exxon to do that.
Oh my gosh.
Because he wants Exxon to pay their taxes.
Snork said at least they have a fence behind him to keep him from walking in the water.
True.
Oh, hey, Snork.
And
I
then
missed
best
that.
place to use the best use it to place under roads to reduce mining necessary for road maintenance. Oh, are you talking about the plastic? Is that what you were talking about?
Perhaps.
And he puts googly eyes on things to keep the students awake. That's awesome.
Okay.
Googly eyes are in right now.
They're very
They're
big.
the next big fad.
Oh, I've always loved googly eyes.
You really would like this movie. I should share it with you. The link.
I feel like I might have seen it.
Riley Martian says, "Can
Oh,
Earth women
I
be
don't think you've
converted
seen
into
it,
fuel?"
or you would know you saw it because it's hard to forget. But if you saw a trailer, I could believe that. If you watch any kind of thing on the internet with ads, then you've probably seen the trailer. I don't watch ads, so I get surprised when I watch things.
I don't know if Earth women can be converted into fuel, but I agree it would be cool if we could recycle.
By the way, I watched Soylent Green, and I was not impressed with that film. I'll say that. Not my favorite dystopian film. Granted, I knew the very ending when I watched it, but there's still no mystery.
What was
so cheese?
What was the name of that one that we covered last week when Steve wasn't with us? That I said, oh my god, we watched that. It was
Dark
was it
City
the
is all I can remember liking.
No, it was remember it was like about the whole shots and everything, and we were like, I was like, oh my gosh, we watched that too, and I totally forgot about it. I think it was on Amazon.
Shots.
It was basically, it described exactly what we're going through right now. Yeah. I forget the name of it though.
Shots.
Jibbity jab.
I'm not going to remember that.
Jibbity jab jab.
We played the clip of it last.
Women burgers are delicious.
We played the clip. We played the clip of it.
Spicy.
last Sunday.
I don't know if that's true. That's what I
Movie
heard.
with shots.
Riley told me.
Well,
Oh,
it was
you
a
mean
movie.
Utopia? Utopia's the
Yes.
the drama, the series. Yeah, that's why I was confused because I was like, movie? But yeah, it was a show that we watched. A clip from. A couple of, well, it was a compilation of clips.
That was very
edited, but like probably from the show, like other things happened and then they came back to the scene, is what I could gather from it, having not seen the entire thing in context. Yes, Utopia was the thing. Yep.
Yes, that was it. Yeah, Utopia. We have to watch that again because oh my god, I was like, oh.
I can watch it on the thing that I watch other things on. Sure, I watch everything on this one thing. I love this one thing. And again, shout out to Glory Jones for telling me about this thing, this website. She made my life so much better that I don't have to watch Netflix anymore. I can just watch whatever on that thing, and it's all good. And I found another thing too. If that thing doesn't work, then I can go the other thing. You know, the thing, the website. I can't mention.
Contagion. That's a movie.
I'm a pirate.
10% for you. You know the thing. That's what Mouse. Mouse.
That was a callback.
Yep.
Moused it.
Yeah. The original British Utopia is so much darker. Yep.
Choosy says that standing ovation of an audience of 3. Yes, that's what that was. Yes, that's what that
Yes,
was.
Shelley, that's 2013, the original Utopia. I haven't seen that one yet either.
Wow. Texas has at least 30 years of oil in their main reserve.
Shit,
which
you just reminded me of the next topic. Damn it.
More
related
than
to
enough
the next
time. Hang on, let me finish reading this comment. Texas has
Sorry, I
more
got
than
excited.
30 years of oil in their main reserves, which seems like more than enough time to find an alternative green energy that doesn't mine the world just as bad, like electric. Yeah, the electric car thing is like, I saw something about how they're telling people in California not to charge their electric cars because of the grid. It's like, are you kidding me? That didn't take long. So now it's like you can't buy gas and also don't charge it.
Also, just stay in your house.
Correct.
And those batteries,
Order
the
from
lithium
Amazon.
batteries are very scary.
And if your car catches on fire, too,
Yeah!
it's not bad. Just suck it up, princess. The best dimension is thickness. That's a good dimension. Elle has said many things today, Little said, and I believe that's true. She'll say many more.
Yes.
Well, I hope. I'm quietly hoping.
Snork's gonna have to come on and talk to it and help us. I don't want to be converted into fuel, Riley. Like
Riley's like either fuel or burgers, one way or the other. We're hungry and our engines need fuel.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Sorry I interrupted before, but I got excited because I heard Texas and I remember what the next topic I was supposed to mention before the next topic.
I used to go,
We can't leave out Hollywood
every time
and
I
the
heard
propaganda machine that they're trying to use against us, which is so obvious. And by the way, if you're going to do a speech and you're an actor and you're at the White House podium,
Oh boy. Oh no,
learn your
I
fucking
hate
lines.
this. Oh, I
Learn your
hate
fucking lines.
this.
Learn your lines.
Yes. 22.
Oh god, it was so awful. I like watched part of this and they couldn't do it. Like I'm like, this is propaganda. Like this is awful.
McConaughey is like,
Not even good propaganda. Like,
Yeah,
I
it was
expect better.
bad. Like not digestible propaganda. Like
He's
they
like
didn't
looking
even
over
make it
his shoulder.
Just
digestible.
looking at his script the entire time. Like,
He's looking at the
dude,
script going, is this supposed to
put
say
some
green
fucking-
Converse? Shit.
effort into it, dude.
Yeah.
This is True Detective. Pretend it's True Detective.
Right? What was that?
Oh, Shelly, yeah. And Shelly, I might have to watch. I'm going to rewatch some stuff. So like text me after and we'll figure it out because we'll
I'm so behind on
put
that
together
one.
a whole thing on Stranger Things and Utopia. And
I'm on season 3 still on. Well, I haven't even gotten to season 3, so I'm very behind on Stranger Things.
I have to rewatch like what I already watched. Like
Now that they're adults, I guess it'll be better to watch for me. It's so weird watching children.
Wolf
These shows.
dude.
Wolf dude.
Yeah, and Steve Wolfbrand, we gotta you gotta get in touch with us. I don't remember if you're on the Twitters or not, but if not, stevecutlerlive@gmail.com. I want to talk to you about some of the alien stuff too.
Hey, Steve. Thanks for joining us. That's Yo-Yo Ma in the picture of my avatar, you know, with Klaus, his buddy. We went over that earlier.
We had to go
Replay. If you're new, check out the replay when you get done. That would be great. Today or tomorrow. Hey, Trish, what's up?
And I want to try to figure out this whole thing. Like, I saw something about the Epstein and how he's close to like area like 51 where the one ranch was that he had. I know we can't really get into all of this, but I want to put these little like little tidbits out there because I want to see where you know what you guys know. Tidbits. But it's close to like area 51. Do you think that
that ranch was never raided, by the way, just to interject a little bit? Never raided.
And then like you know, like, and the dude's talking about doing like eugenics stuff. Like, come on, what's happening? What's happening? I don't hear the connection of that a lot, you know, like all of that. So I'm curious. And you know, like there's people in our community that really know some stuff.
Catalytic centaur.
So I want to know what everyone thinks about that kind of connection there with the whole Epstein.
Speaking of Epstein,
is it the Zorro Ranch? Is that what I'm thinking? Is it Zorro?
The Zorro Ranch was never raided. And it has some creepy shit there that was investigated by True News, which is very Christian and very annoying, but they did some good work there. I'll give them that.
So I want to know. I'm putting it out there because, you know, our community has some amazing people that have some amazing knowledge.
Why do you sing it when you're saying it?
I don't know. Okay. Shut up. Don't be mean to me.
I think it's funny.
That wasn't good, Steve. That wasn't very nice.
I still think it's funny.
McConaughey never hung out with Epstein. He just played a pedophile on a movie.
All right.
Are we sure about that?
It was just implied.
Not a pedophile, I shouldn't say. An ephebophile, if we want to get technical, whatever. See how many people in the chat know what a fucking ephebophile is. A child molester, nonetheless.
Well,
you're welcome.
They have.
I thought that said message at first, but it was.
They have the. What do they call them? They call them like, you know, attracted to young, like. They came up with all these different maps. Yes, they're trying to make themselves be part of the LGBTQ.
I know, it's annoying.
Yeah. I have a friend that's going to come on and we're going to do a whole show because we have to cover the trans LGBT stuff.
No, if they get the pedo before the pansexual, that's just not right. I'm sorry. I'm not on board with that. If we're going to have alphabets, we should have pansexual before pedophiles if we're going to do peace. And then no pedophiles, preferably. But
yeah,
if we're going to have any P's in the fucking group, let it be a pansexual, please.
Shelly said her
just
dog
putting
is
that out there into the universe.
All over the place because she's making ranch dip and she's a hoe for ranch. Is your dog a hoe for ranch dip?
Oh, ranch. I love ranch.
Yeah, Julie, I know the rabbit holes are they're very deep and there's many rabbit holes and I want to investigate them all.
Pansexual Popeye is somebody who's just a regular person who just doesn't care what gender you are and doesn't complain about it and just sleeps with whoever the fuck they want. Well, we should be at heart, pretty much. Who gives a shit? A who gives a shit kind of person.
Who gives a fuck, huh?
I sleep with whatever has a hole. I don't care. Well, they're more about personality, I guess.
Yeah, I think the holes are secondary.
It's not. Yeah, that's not.
It's not a big deal to them. Like sexuality.
They're not strict when it. They're open to people being people. It's not about one specific, like you are this or that gender.
People who are
or
into people.
you identify a certain
That
way.
is just disgusting.
People sexuals.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Oh, stop, Steve. You don't even really think that. You really don't think that.
Yes, Shelley, that's what I was trying to convey. Badly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Minor attracted people. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, no. Minor with an E, sure, I can buy, but not minor with an O. No, thank you. Unless you're attracted to A minor, like, or D minor or whatever, like music wise, then that's fine if you're talking about music. But if you're talking about people, then I gotta say no, thank you.
Steve,
like some people like minor music more than major, like minor chords more than major chords. I get that. Major is like very mainstream to me. I shouldn't say chords. There's another word for it that Steve could chime in with, but
Steve.
Key, minor key or major key songs. I figured it out.
Talking to you.
No, I figured it out. It's fine. No es necesario.
Okay, what am I supposed to be pulling up? Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, Matthew McConaughey came to the White House podium to give Corinne Jean-Pierre a break and do some propaganda for the state, for the gun control initiative that we're having in this particular time, because they've allowed shootings to happen.
Is there a particular start time?
22:53. Yes, very, very specific. Just notice him looking down at his script the entire time. Well, Wesley is minor attracted to minor key music, so that's interesting. We know that about Wesley. Shout out to Wesley.
Yes, we love Wes. Okay, I'm going to mute us so I can play him. Oh my God.
Look, it's like he's about to tell us what to do, so he has to put his finger out like we're children. You know what? I'm going to tell you something.
I feel like sometimes the people that are constantly playing roles and acting, or like that they lose who they are in it, and they become this like parody of they kind of like lose their own identity. I don't know. I feel like that's.
Look at the chat for a second. Saves the White House answering questions. They will put anyone in just to have Korean talk, to not have Korean talk. I normally like Matthew M, but what is this? What is this? I cannot stay quiet. This will not work. Stop talking. Where's Biden? I thought this was a press briefing. Please tell me he's not going to talk gun control. Where's Hunter? Heaven forbid KJP have to address the media. What a joke. Twilight Zone. Why is he on this show?
Steve Simon. Shout out to Steve Simon. Whoever
Steve
that
Simon.
is. They are hilarious.
They are.
I like their questions. I like it. Steve Simon. We need to find this Steve Simon.
He will be happy we gave him a shout out, I'm sure.
I know, right? We should be like, we should find him. Come on, y'all.
I'll try to break into one of these chats when they're happening, or the press briefing, and see if he's there. And I'll be like, hey, check us out. We shouted you out on our show.
You're great. We like you. We like your points. All right. I'm going to mute us.
Them, he's a little based.
Yeah. I mean, like right there, like that he's got some stuff going on that we like.
He does. Yeah.
So,
he gets annoyed very easily. I get it. Okay. So this is where he shides us.
For the next generation. With real leadership. Let's start giving us, all of us, with real leadership. Let's start giving all of us good reason to believe that the American dream is not an illusion. So where do we start? We start by making the right choices on the issue.
Take that, George Carlin, right?
We start by making laws that save innocent lives and don't infringe on our Second Amendment rights. We start right now by voting to pass policies that can keep us from having as many Columbine, Sandy Hooks, Parklands, Las Vegas, Buffaloes, and Uvaldes from here on. We start by giving Alethea a chance to be spoiled by her dad.
Emotional moment time.
We start
Turn
by
the
giving
page.
Mayday a chance to become a marine biologist. We start by giving Ellie
You couldn't remember these
a
things.
chance to read her Bible verse at the Wednesday night service. We start by giving Irma and Joe a chance to finish painting their house. Maybe retire, get that food truck. We start by giving McKenna, Layla, Miranda, Nevaeh, Jose, Javier, Tess, Rogelio, Eliana, Annabelle, Jackie, Azuya, JC, Jayla, Ava, Amory, and Lexi. We start by giving all of them our promise that their dreams are not going to be forgotten. We start by making the loss of these lives matter.
He somehow upped the ante with Biden on cringe today, this day, 7th.
Thank you. Thank you.
No questions. Shut up. Get back to your job, Corinne. It's so important. But then she gets like railed into by the media. You got to see the rest. Because she gets questions about him and she has to field them and be like, but Hollywood matters. And they're like, no, he doesn't though. This doesn't matter. It's pretty funny. It's like, we're not going to let that go. When even the press is giving you shit about the Hollywood propaganda, you're in trouble.
Okay. I know that the president has an event right after this. I think it's running.
Yeah, skip to
a few minutes
20
behind.
seconds.
So we'll do the briefing until we have to move to the event. I have a couple of things at the top, and then we'll
Because
open
she's
it.
going to do the toppers, so you can skip that part.
As I just
Yeah, right there
mentioned,
is probably right.
soon the president won to award a single congressional gold medal to the U.S. Army
Blah, blah, blah.
Rangers World War II.
Blah, blah, blah.
The Rangers played a crucial role in the
Stupid
D-Day
shit nobody cares about.
invasion of Normandy, which began exactly 78 years ago.
Now we're
yesterday.
funding Nazis.
Also today, the Senate
again.
voted
Love that for
to
us.
advance the PACT Act. The president was clear in his state
Blah,
of the
blah,
union
blah.
that addressing toxic exposures
They're like,
is
you
a
can't change the
priority,
topic.
and Congress should move with the urgency for our veterans. Today, Congress took a major step forward. President Biden looks forward to final passage of this legislation so that he can sign it into law and continue to uphold our sacred obligation to support those who have served our nation, their families, caregivers, and survivors. Today, the administration announced new investments from the American Rescue Plan to help provide every American with access to affordable, high-speed internet. These investments will bring
Where's this
down
affordable
costs for
high-speed
families
internet? 'Cause
and
I don't
small
have it yet.
businesses, particularly in
Where is
rural
this?
and remote
It's
areas,
access, I
and
know,
ensure
but still.
affordability.
I don't
This
have
morning, Treasury announced the
I would
first
like
state
it.
awards from the $10 billion Capital Projects Fund, which will make resources immediately available in Louisiana, New Hampshire, Virginia, and West Virginia
blah, blah.
to connect over 200,000 homes that currently lack access. On a sad note, our dear friend and colleague, Michael Gwynn, will be leaving us for Treasury, where he will serve as Deputy Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs. Gwen has served as the White House Director of Rapid Response for the past 60 months, responding to the most challenging and difficult issues.
I do not
imaginable.
take big tortilla
Yet,
money.
amidst these often emotionally wrenching stories, Gwen's
I do.
poise
I will
and
take
moral
it.
clarity are unfailing, and his
I
willingness
make
and
tortillas
ability
every day.
to step up has made him an indispensable member of the
Shout
team.
out to Angelic
Joining
Bakehouse.
Gwen at the Treasury Department.
There's a plug right
will be
there.
our
I'm
very
plugging
own
Angelic Bakehouse on the show.
where he will serve as a spokesperson.
Over
Michael, better known
Corinne
here to
speaking
all of you,
at the
to all of
beginning
us,
of
as
her
Kiku has
speech.
served not just as a press assistant, but
press
as the
conference.
strong engine and reliable engine at the press shop. His
Notice how she
relentless
just
work
talks
and
about
dedication
everything except what just
team
happened.
have been second to none.
And everybody's like,
People
wait a
and
minute.
friends, thank you so
No.
much. It's very heart-wrenching, but I'm very excited for both of you. Wishing you the best. And we do have some hellos. I know we keep announcing people leaving, but we actually have people
Anyway.
coming and backfilling some great folks who are joining our team. 2 new members.
I
who are
forgot how
here,
long this intro
to
was.
our
I
team.
apologize.
I'd like to
I'm
first
just, like,
introduce
talking
Abdullah
over it.
Hassan. Right here, some of you know him already, who will
YouTube.
be joining us as an
love
assistant press
you.
secretary, having previously served as the deputy associate
Something.
director for communications for the White House Office of Management and Budget. Amongst many
She's
topics,
reading.
Abdullah
It's
will be
very
covering
important.
civil rights, immigration, and climate. We also would like to extend a warm welcome to Alexandra Lamana. Hello. Who is joining
don't
us
care.
on detail from Treasury, where she has served as senior spokesperson. Part of Alexandra's portfolio will be working on housing, infrastructure implementation,
How's that
and other
going?
economic issues.
How's that housing
Abdullah and Alexandra haven't
and
even gotten
infrastructure
their
I'd love to know.
full-time badges yet, but we are already getting them hard at work, and we appreciate all of their work thus far. We have felt the impact of it. Okay, please
Well,
join me in
she's
welcoming
no
the team. And
Ben
with
Carson.
that,
I'll say that.
I think that's all I have.
I used him as a
All right,
sleeping
go
aid back in
ahead.
the day.
Thanks, Karina. I know we're getting started.
Here we
here
go.
now.
Here's the question.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
This is the last bit of
Forever.
the vision. I think you might be able to take this up after the president's event. Just 'cause we have a lot of people that have questions.
I hear you. I have other obligations as well after this, so we'll see what we can do, but I can't make any promises. But why don't we get going?
Great.
Let's
On
do
the
this.
subject of guns, the president had his meeting with Chris Murphy, but he didn't speak to the public today. Does the president have a clear sense of where things are, what is possible on Capitol Hill, and also why is he turning to a Hollywood actor to make the message, take the message to the American people? Does he feel that his voice doesn't matter?
His voice does matter. You heard him speak on Thursday, very clearly, very loudly, very passionately during prime time. At a critical time during the day, where he made sure that he can communicate with the American people. And so he's the president of the United States. His voice carries, and it does matter. What he says carries weight that is pretty tremendous. Matthew was here because, as you heard, he has a very personal connection to Uvalde. He met with the family. He is from there. He was born there. He lives in Texas.
There.
And we thought hearing from him directly, him using his platform, is incredibly important. We all know what it's like, or how important it is for folks, especially on whether you are an actor, whether you are in the business sector, wherever you are, to use your platform, how critical and important it is. And I think his words here today were incredibly powerful and emotional. And I thank him and Camilla for coming here today. They met with the president, as I just mentioned.
Camilla is
and
his
so
wife, by
I
the way.
just wanted to just address that. Zeke, the president received an update, as you all know, as we've mentioned, from Senator Murphy on the state of negotiations on Capitol Hill. He told Senator Murphy he strongly support his efforts to find a compromise and encouraged him to get the strongest possible results. In the end, the president said that the message he took from the families at Uvalde when he was there was to do something, was to please do something. That's what the grieving family told him. Some of you heard that yourselves from the community when he was in Uvalde. And so that is what Senator Murphy and his colleagues are going to do. They're going to do just that.
It's not different subject. The president's meeting with President Bolsonaro of Brazil. The AP is reporting that the Brazilian government, President Bolsonaro, wanted concessions from the president for that meeting.
That's about it, basically, that we need to watch.
Bring up Bolsonaro's
I just thought it was funny because he was like, Hollywood actor. Why are y'all looking at a Hollywood actor right now? What is this we
Right.
just saw?
Why was Matthew McConaughey talking to me?
Right.
Yeah, that was really weird. And then he just like leaves.
It was so awkward. Packs up his script and leaves.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what happened. That's how that went.
Like,
But then
don't
we
worry,
cut to
someone
a few
else
days
wrote
later.
this.
Oh man,
Drew's
it was so
fucking
long
ripped.
ago that I put this into the chat.
Drew's very stoned. He's like, I just got
Oh,
super
yeah.
confused.
Next
and
YouTube
didn't
topic
realize the
for
chat
the-
was the replay
private
from
chat,
what you
sorry.
were playing. Is it frozen? What's going on?
Oh my God, that's so great. I would love that.
Makes heartfelt plea for gun reform. I didn't hear that.
All right,
but
I think
I'll try.
most of the links I think I got over onto our Rumble from.
So if it says next YouTube topic, that's the one that's next. Chicago Tribune. So this leads to that. That's why I wanted to watch this first, because a couple of days later, or a few days later, we've gotten news today, and I couldn't find any documentation because it's so early, that there has been a bipartisan agreement on gun control, and it's a doozy. Wait until you see what they want to do.
I bet it's gonna be fan-damn-tastic. You wait and see. Oh. Fuck.
Oh yeah, true.
You know what happens
sure.
after they take away the guns, right?
Yeah, that's the base chat on Yahoo Finance, which is the only place that you can watch pretty much any press briefing with any chats.
That is so
or comments.
That is so fucking funny.
I mean, chats. I should say chat with live chat.
I know, it's like, yeah, if you're gonna watch it on YouTube and you want to be able to leave comments, then you got to go on the Yahoo. That's freaking fantastic that they let that happen.
Seth Simon, you are invited on the show if you want to be based on our show. We do not mind. We will debate you on certain topics. If you want to be too based, we can be based back at you, but in a different way.
We got base all day, baby.
Wait, are you talking about Steve Simon, the one that's on?
Yes, Steve Simon, you are invited on the show.
Steve Simon.
DM us.
Yes, everyone is invited.
Please report to the checkout counter. We found your puppy.
Whenever you want to hop on by, I will give you this link, and it'll be very meta. I can't give you this link, but I can tell you about the show, and then you can click on it, and you'll know that Fearlessly Authentic wants you on the show. And then you'll be reinforced with that information with this meta part of it, in which I am imploring you, if you would like to come on the show, please come on the show, which you already know when you hear this. So this is basically very redundant, but still, the open invitation is there.
But hopefully very clear and succinct.
Correct.
This dude's going to be like, listen, I was just making some comments and trolling them. Oh my God. Can't I just troll? Can't I just troll these fools?
Hey, you
Why
can
do I
troll
get
our
an
comment
invite to go
section.
on a show?
We'll give you moderation. We will give you a wrench if you behave yourself.
Oh man, I think Elle's got the wrench. Wrench has gone to her head. Do you guys hear this?
Show Steve Simon the wrench.
What are these ideas? Inviting people on. Yes, his comments went viral. Yes. We like this comment.
Steve Simon, you are a sage and hereby summoned to appear before us to receive your wrench of wisdom.
I wonder if we can find him on YouTube, because you can search for people and find them, like follow them. Like even if they don't have like a channel, you can still find them and follow. You can find them.
I would guess that he probably doesn't have an active YouTube channel.
Remember Deputy Dog?
Well, we don't know. We don't know.
Choosy does. Oh, let's see.
I'll look him up. Steve Simon.
I know.
Sure there's no two people.
Did everybody hit the like button?
Yeah.
And
We're
share it?
sticking on YouTube for a minute.
Yeah, for a minute. Got to do it. I don't know.
I'm trying to find a guy. He just had a pink S.
Oh, one of those pink S's, huh?
That was his.
Totally seems like a legit channel.
Pink S.
There he is.
Simon. Did he have the bird? Because I found one with a
Scrabble
bird.
Ship. The
He
Simpsons.
was a handsome man with a bird. Steve Simon.
No, he just had the S with the pink S.
No, he had an S. Wasn't
Find
it
Steve
purple?
Simon, slide into his DMs, and invite him on over.
Well, yeah, it was. I don't know exactly. It was colored.
There's
pink
two
and-
of these, but one
This
has
is like collective. This is like collective
Oh
stalking.
no, I have a
guys.
pink one.
I like it.
Is he pink or purple? Tell me, because I can't go back to that page.
I don't know.
Thanks, Drew. Like it up.
Does it look pink or purple?
It's like,
I left the.
Are we collectively stalking
Oh,
Steve Simon?
I found he's got one video.
Yep, I guess we are.
I found one with 2 videos. So I
Found
don't
him.
know.
I got him.
The guy found.
Where?
I found a purple one and has one video and it's a video game.
Right over here.
Let me go back to the Matt McConaughey thing.
Lost him.
Did I
I
share
got
that
him.
with the chat? If I didn't, I'll go ahead and do that.
Oh, man.
We like this guy's comments.
This show is funny.
I know, we're like, why are we
Well,
stalking this poor guy?
Poor Steve Simon. He was fine
We're
until
gonna
they found
dox
out
him, and that's not fair.
No.
We're not.
No, we're not
doxing
trying
him.
to dox.
No,
It's
we're
a
not trying
joke.
to dox him. We're
It's
just
a
trying
joke,
to find him.
YouTube. It's not for real. We're not doxing anyone. We're over
We don't
it.
know. We don't even know what those letters mean collectively.
All right, I put in the chat the link to the Matt McConaughey. If I forgot, I don't know if I forgot, but I assume I did.
Now see if YouTube. Okay, well now I found one that has 25 subscribers and 25.
He is
videos.
purple. Okay, got it.
That moment when a bunch of Marxist marmots descends out of nowhere on you. Steve Simon, we are here.
Steve, we like Steves. We collect Steves.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Okay, I
this
got
is
two.
them.
I
Are
got
all the
one.
marmots named
I got
Steve?
one
Oh
with
my
one
God, I
video.
never realized.
I got one, the guy that's got 2 subscribers and 7 videos, and it's ping pong.
Ping pong, Steve. Steve
I
Simon.
got 5 videos for another one.
Is he from Laguna Seca, California?
It's between 2 of these so far.
Well, if we see him again online, then I guess maybe we can get on.
Again, I will get into the chat on one of these days when they have the fucking thing. I will get on my computer during the briefing and I will be like, "Hey, Steve, we talked about you.
Just yell.
We're not going to
"Where's
dox
Steve?"
you. We love you.
You got to check
Please
out
come
the
to our
talk.
show."
Yes.
This has been the stalking of Steve Simon. Thanks for playing
It's
along.
not. Let's not say that anymore. We don't want to get in trouble.
Allegedly.
They will come after us for anything. Allegedly.
Serious? That's because you're the
Let's move
best.
Fucking funny. Okay. P-Stub is doing full moon dances for rain because it needs to rain. And
oh my gosh, it needs to rain here because, like, I feel like it's gonna rain. It looks like it's gonna rain, and my body feels the rain, like storm thing coming, but it hasn't rained.
it's not really. It's just kind of faking us out every so often. They're holding. They're doing the thing that Choosy said. You know, they're just like holding it off the shores, keep all that funky fucking pollution out there away from the people, so the air quality doesn't kill everyone. And then once that, I don't know, then it'll rain in the ocean, and I don't know. There's some kind of weather thing. Let's ask Steve Simon. He might know.
Let's
Or,
not contact him.
Let's not contact him at all. Let's just pretend we never even asked about him. If he asks about us,
either he
just
will be
like-
on the show by this point or he will not.
Yeah, that's right. If he gets in touch with any of you guys, just be chill, okay? Just act like it's no big deal.
What are we like in?
Why?
We're just weirdos.
Stop
It's okay. Like maybe he'll be like, oh, this is the people. I've
Steve
always
Simon says we can give
known."
you your own fucking segment, Steve.
That's right. We would.
Steve
too.
Simon says it's perfect.
It is.
I came up with it.
Simon says.
I see the overlay already in my mind. God damn.
Anyway, enough about Steve Simon.
Maybe this is the fam he's been looking for his whole life, or he
could
just
be.
didn't realize that he needed in his life.
Could be. Or-
Maybe, you know.
Yeah, he could be a Russian bot. on a
So
Russian
let's get
bot
to the
farm.
next YouTube topic, shall we? Which is gun control. Perfect. Yay.
Just saying.
So we
Probably
can wrap
pretty
up on YouTube by 3.
Okay. Do I have I need a new link?
It says new YouTube topic at the beginning. Next YouTube topic. My bad. Fake news.
Oh,
Should
okay.
not
Yeah,
go
that's
true.
like up like 3.
I know. I didn't want to redo
I was
it,
like,
so
wait a
I was
minute.
like, just
I'm like,
find it.
wait. Where did it go? Wait, Drew, you have feral cats right now?
That's
That
horrible.
you have like no, he said no, he found them last night.
Aw.
They're kittens. Is this a video that I can see your kittens?
Come on.
Is that what that is? I need to, if that's the case, I need that video put in the private chat so we can look at it.
Drew, show us your kittens.
We need to see the kittens. See, and Shelly said we had a thunderstorm warning for today, and I held off plans to take Guinness back to the creek today, and it never rained. I'm pissed, and I still feel like we had a thunderstorm, but no rain. I hate that too, Lucky. Yes, that's how I feel too. And then, like, I'm hoping
Weather
now
control.
that tomorrow or the next day isn't going to be bad because I want to go down to the river and do some cleanup. I haven't been down there much, so I want to go do some garbage cleanup down there.
Speaking of garbage, we're going to talk about Congress now. That's my segue.
Wes is telling us that Steve Simon says, stand on one leg and pat your head.
He would say that.
He would. I feel like it. Oh my gosh. Wait, other people are seeing the kitties. I need to see these kitties. Steve, I need to see the kitties. Shelly got to see them.
Circle back.
She... Little says, Lucky, you got to set up Elle like Kit on HLM so that you've got something else for us. Elle, what's going on? I don't like that. It's not the thing. What is going on? No, like, see, yeah, I can't do. We'll have to come up with our own segment thing. Kate saw the kitties too. I can't click the link from in here. It's 14 seconds. Oh my gosh. I have to look at it. I have to do it through. No, I can't. No, I have to. I can't get a link on my thing. I have to get it. Oh my God.
Could we circle back to it so we have something sweet after the shitty story that we're going to talk about?
Yes.
Because I will put it in the private chat for you afterwards.
I will get rewarded if I do the thing first.
Yes, our reward will be the kitty link. The kitties from Drew.
Skylar got
For
awards
listening to the
at
story.
school, and they were talking about them. Oh my God! Oh no! I see who this is. Oh no! Go, Steve! It's one of our own. It's one of our own. It's not Lieberman. Wait until you see. You're going to know that face. Yeah. Murphy.
Yeah, that fucker.
He is one of ours.
He was mentioned in the press briefing just now, so of course he's coming up in this story.
Well, because Connecticut manufactures a lot of guns.
Wait until you see what this is about. It's fun. Not really.
Oh. I've been to our capital, and I met Edith Prigg. I have a picture with her and Melissa Olson, and I actually worked on her campaign. She was one of our local representatives. She does not run anymore, but yeah, I did advocacy work there. Oh yeah, Steve. Well, you can tell us that after we go over and look. Oh my God, he looks constipated.
Never mind. You can just scroll down and it'll say what it is. So yeah, Senate bargainers announced a bipartisan framework Sunday, responding to last month's mass shootings, a noteworthy, though limited, breakthrough offering modest gun curbs and bolstered efforts to improve school safety and mental health programs. The proposal falls far short of tougher steps long. We don't need your fucking editorial. Thank you. Let's move on. Biden said in a statement that the framework does not do everything that I think is needed, but it reflects important steps in the right direction and would be the most significant gun safety legislation to pass Congress in decades. Of course, he's lying there because I looked it up. I literally looked up gun control. And I found there was a fucking bill in 2019 that was similar to what's happening now that was passed. So not decades, thank you very much, but whatever. Moving on, they don't fact check him or anything, so everything he says is gospel. And then it says, given the bipartisan support, and you know it's good when it's bipartisan, right? When everybody agrees on it, mostly 200 something to
None
200.
of it's like ever
That's
good.
good.
Like none of it. Like I don't know. Like just none.
I know I'm being sarcastic. Given the bipartisan support, there are no excuses for delay and no reason why it should not quickly move through the Senate and the House, he said. Leaders hope to push any agreement into law rapidly. They hope this month, before the political momentum, quiet part out loud again, fades that has been stirred by the recent mass shootings in Buffalo, New York, and Uvalde, Texas. So you admit this is political.
Look,
hilarious.
This is Skyla.
It's to the arm.
I didn't know what that was for a second. It took me a second. I didn't know it was a hand for a second.
It's Skyla. We have the same size hands.
Great. Hey, Skyla. Hello. It's the screen. It was fading you out. It's not me.
Yeah.
Not seeing you.
Skyla never comes on screen. She really does exist, though, guys. She does. I have a dog that sounds identical to me.
Participants cautioned that final details and legislative language remain to be completed, meaning fresh disputes and delays might emerge. In a consequential, and don't you want that, Chicago Tribune? I think you do. Also, you should worry about your own backyard right now when it comes to this topic. But moving on. In a consequential development, 20 senators, including 10 Republicans, call them out, released a statement calling for passage. That is potentially crucial because the biggest obstacle to enacting the measure is probably in the 50-50 Senate, where at least 10 GOP votes will be needed to attain the usual 60-vote threshold for approval. Families are scared, and it is our duty to come together and get something done that will help restore their sense of safety and security in their communities. Trust the government, the lawmakers say. The group led by Senators Chris Murphy, D. Connecticut, John Cornyn, R. Texas, Tom Tillis, RNC, and Kristen Sinema, who just went to, or was invited to, at least, the Build-A-Bear.
Build-A-Bear.
She's really putting in the work now. D. Arizona.
She's so progressive.
Produced the agreement after 2 weeks of closed-door talks. It's far less than any of us would want in protecting against gun violence, but it will help save lives, and we can build on it, Senator Richard Blumenthal, D. Connecticut, said. I regard it as a start that we can use as a base for more progress. Isn't that how y'all work all the time? The compromise would make the juvenile records of gun buyers under age 21 available when they undergo background checks. The suspects who killed 10 black people at a grocery store. The suspects. Oh, okay. We're doing two things. In Buffalo, and 19 students and 2 teachers at an elementary school in Uvalde were both 18, which is perfect for our narrative, and many perpetrators of recent years' mass shootings have been young. The agreement would offer money to states to enact and put in place red flag laws that make it easier to temporarily take guns from people considered potentially violent. Y'all hear that? Potentially. So we're profiling again. plus funds to bolster school safety and mental health programs, because all these people are not right in the head. And every person who's not right in the head is a potentially violent person in this legislation, in what I can view in this summary. Some people who informally sell guns for profit would be required to obtain federal dealers' licenses, which means they would have to conduct background checks of buyers. Convicted domestic abusers who do not live with a former partner, such as estranged ex-boyfriends,
does that include the cops then?
Barred from buying firearms.
Does that include the fucking cops then? Because a lot of those guys are domestic abusers.
And it would be a crime for a person to legally purchase a weapon for someone who would not qualify for ownership. Congressional aides said billions of dollars would be spent expanding the number of community mental health centers and suicide prevention programs, which is funny because, as I have said before, not funny, but interesting, gun violence is mostly self-inflicted in the data that we have received. Most gun violence is committed by someone against themselves, which this just reiterates to me in this legislation. But they said some spending decisions are unresolved, as are final wording on juvenile records and other gun provisions that might prove contentious. Yet underscoring election year pressures from Buffalo and Uvalde, saying the quiet part out loud again, the party's shared desire to demonstrate a response to those shootings suggested momentum towards enactment was strong. Senate Majority Leader, our favorite Chuck Schumer's DNY, called the accord a
He's up Chuck Schumer. He's up Chuck Schumer. You forgot
ending the persistent inaction to the gun violence epidemic, and said he would bring the completed measure to a vote as soon as possible. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, Kentucky, who has supported the talks, was more restrained, of course, because he has to be. He praised the bargainers' work and said he is hoping for a deal that makes significant headway on key issues like mental health and school safety, respects the Second Amendment, earns broad support in the Senate, and makes a difference for our country.
But they never want to actually give people health care.
No. The agreement was quickly endorsed by groups that support gun restrictions, including Brady, Every Town for Gun Safety, and March for Our Lives, which had a fucking march recently, which organized rallies held around the country on Saturday. Well, I guess I just spoiled that. The National Rifle Association said in a statement, because they have to, because they're controlled opposition, that it opposes gun control and infringing on people's fundamental right to protect themselves and their loved ones, but supports strengthening school security, mental health. Can't see it above the thing. Let me go back here then. Mental health. God damn it. Where is it? And law enforcement. Goddamn. The group has long exerted its sway with millions of firearms owning voters to derail gun control drives in Congress. That seems a little editorial again. Chicago Tribune, but I'm not surprised because you're very biased on this subject. The agreement represents a lowest common denominator compromise on gun violence, not a complete sea change in Congress. Lawmakers have demonstrated a newfound desire to move ahead after saying their constituents have shown a heightened desire for congressional action since Buffalo and Uvalde, but Republicans still oppose more sweeping steps that Democrats want, and Sunday's agreement omits. These include banning assault style, whatever that means, firearms such as the AR-15 style rifles used in Buffalo and Uvalde, or raising the legal age for buying them. AR-15s are popular and powerful semi-automatic weapons that can fire high-capacity magazines and have been used in many of the nation's highest-profile slaughters in recent years. Also show up in a few of your favorite films, but let's move on. One of them, the killing of 49 people. We have to bring it up because it's Pride Month at the Pulse nightclub in Orlando, Florida. occurred 6 years ago Sunday. Democrats have also wanted to ban high-capacity magazines and to expand required background checks to far more gun purchases. None of those proposals has a chance in Congress. I would have liked to see a ban on assault weapons, a safe storage proposal, Ethan's Law, a ban on ghost guns, and even more improvements on background checks, among others. Blumenthal said, I'm determined to continue to fight to adopt additional gun violence measures and build on these proposals that will save lives. That's the key measure for me. Highlighting that, the Democratic-controlled House approved sweeping bills this past week of barring sales of semi-automatic weapons to people under age 21 and large capacity magazines, and giving federal courts the power to rule in when local authorities want to remove guns from people considered dangerous, whoever the fuck that is. Currently, only 19 states and the District of Columbia have red flag laws. Those measures will go nowhere in the Senate, where Republicans can block them. What a wet blanket. The last major firearms restrictions enacted by lawmakers was the 1994 assault weapons ban, which Congress let expire 10 years later. It shows how much they care, doesn't it? For years, congressional Republicans representing rural pro-gun voters have blocked robust restrictions on firearms purchases, citing the Constitution's Second Amendment. Democrats, whose voters overwhelmingly favor gun restrictions, have been reluctant to approve incremental steps that they have thought would let GOP lawmakers argue that they have tried stemming the tide of violence without meaningfully addressing the problem. And that's the whole article that was relevant. Those parts. So, yeah. Again, Chicago not doing so well on this front, just saying. And they have great restrictions. Really good gun restrictions. Just saying. It's a fact.
This is nuts. This is bullshit.
Yes. And of course, they go on the mental health kick and we'll decide who's potentially dangerous, even though the government is fucking giving Nazis money for weapons. We're giving them money that they are buying weapons for in another country to defend
They're
themselves.
selling the weapons that we have sent there on the black market. They're selling the weapons on the black
funded
market.
terrorists, let's be fucking honest. In Syria, the rebels, the moderate rebels had weapons because of the US and the UK. I'm sure. I can't
have a great one.
I think
Cadillac.
the UK also gives some money.
Nice
And they also fund the genocide in Yemen.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to.
So that's hilarious coming from them. Fucking hilarious.
Ha ha ha. Very funny, motherfucker. Yep.
And we managed to get through that topic by 3. Yay.
3?
That's probably true, Wesley. I wouldn't be surprised. Some
All
guys
right, can you
that
put
sort of look.
can we put the kitties on the thing? Can you put
Oh
the
yeah,
kitties
kitty
on-
time.
Put the kitties on the thing.
My bad, guys.
We'll be right
About the
back
war.
with some
I haven't
kitties on
even
the
seen
thing, everyone. Stay
All right, I'll
tuned
put this
for
in the chat, the stupid ass article, so you can
That
read
was
it.
not
Pleasure.
the kitties. That was Matthew McConaughey.
That was Matthew.
That was a mistake. Leave me alone. I'll get to it.
Oh.
I was like,
That was a-
wait,
that was a kitty
like that
fake
was
out.
not kitties.
Still a pussy.
They are
but not
cute
in the
though. I
same
saw
way.
a little sneak peek
Sorry. Had to say it.
while I was making sure what I was putting
Come on,
out there.
meow.
I have a lot of links. Don't be mad at me.
I'm not.
Come on, meow.
I'm not. I just want to see the kitties.
I'm
I was
not saying
promised.
you're being mad.
I was promised kitties.
You have them now. Leave me alone. I have one job.
Take your damn kitties.
Hey, Ren, we love you. Welcome.
Hey,
Oh, it's
Rem.
Yo-Yo Ma and Klaus. If you're wondering what my avatar is, Rem. Everyone in the chat that's new, that missed the beginning of this show, That's Yo-Yo Ma and Klaus on the side. In my
Oh
avatar.
man, I
These
see
are
a
the
collar. Is
kitties,
that a
who I
is
hope
that a
aren't really
collar?
kitty.
Is that a collar on the kitty already? Does the kitty already have a collar? Because if the kitty already has a collar, then you know that kitty's not going anywhere. Once they have names and collars.
That means they're home.
This is the reward portion that you're in, Aram. You missed the sad portion. This is the reward for the sad news.
This is the reward before bed, Kate. You get kitties, and
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me
So,
enjoy these kitties.
big thanks
So
to
cute.
Drew.
I
I don't
love
know
those
what
kind of cats.
happened.
Mama, you better make some
Calico.
more.
Oh, the little orange on the head. I love orange kitties.
That is a
Okay.
calico cat, correct?
That
The
is.
orange and black.
Yes. Cat. Yes, because calico.
And I read that they're all female.
More
which
than
is
3 colors is calico, and they're usually female.
Oh, Mama, you
That's
better make
interesting,
some
isn't
more.
it?
Well,
It's in their
all
DNA.
right then. You learn something new every day about kitties.
Very
If you
short
try.
video.
That was really short.
Why isn't it a short? I don't understand why some things are shorts and some things aren't. Because that should be a short, no? Because
Yeah, it should.
mine's a short and it's like a minute long. Why did
Because you could get
YouTube
like
decide
a
to
million
make my
views
thing
for
a short,
fucking kitties.
and then they didn't make this thing a short? I don't get YouTube sometimes. Y'all don't make sense here.
Drew,
Why aren't
you
y'all
should
making
just
every short
put some
video
hip
a
hop
short?
music on there and
What's the
make a short
criteria?
out of it.
I don't know. You guys are both talking about this at the
We're
same time.
talking
now.
at the same time.
I
God damn it.
apologize for the over talking.
I'm
just on a
I do
tangent
too.
about YouTube. I apologize.
I have a theory. I think Drew should take that kitty video, maybe loop it a couple times, put some hip hop music on it, make it about 30 seconds long, put that some bitch up on the YouTube Shorts, and you'll get 8 million views because it's fucking cute.
Thanks,
Cuteness sells.
Riley. We love you. Come back next
Send
time.
it to my
Watch
email.
the
All right,
replay on
sweet.
Rumble and Odyssey where we get into the
Then I'll have to do
Cove
it.
talk. We're going into
Cove.
the Cove talk.
The
We
big
talk all
C.
about
I will, of
Italy
course,
and
credit
justice
Drew
and
Stanko
fair.
and Steve Simon for the kitties. I don't know. We can write him in there, like executive producer Steve Simon. You're gonna come to find out, people are gonna locate Steve Simon. He's gonna be like an executive producer somewhere.
It's harder to hear you now, and I don't want to turn it up, but I know you said something about Steve again. Gosh darn it.
Yes, I did.
We're not talking about Steve anymore.
That's
we love
right.
you, Steve. If you come on, we'll be happy.
I
No,
said,
we don't know Steve, but we know Steve Cutler live at
We love everyone we
gmail.com.
don't know until we don't love them because they're not good people. But we have to see before, we have to assume that everyone is a decent person before
we have
get
to
know
assume
them.
going
I
in.
don't
What they're
assume
on.
that going in.
Well,
I don't. I
He can't
can.
be
I
worse
can
than the war criminals in charge.
I think if the person's
his
name
comments
is Steve,
make it seem like
then-
I would probably a good Steve though. Probably a
an
good
alright
egg. Probably a good egg. I mean, we can make that
Chances
I
assumption.
don't agree with
chances
everything
are
he
all right.
said, but I do like his baseness, and I can match it.
Executive producer Steve Simon, ladies and gentlemen.
No,
No,
No.
that's not true.
that's not true. That's disinformation.
I'm making.
We
up
don't even
stuff.
know if he wants to be on yet.
No, but now he's just a mystery person to us
reach
that we
out
can.
to him first.
We're always going to be referring to.
Drew's sending
Mr.
me weird
Simon.
pictures. He sent his fat face.
Is that going to
photo
be
and
our
when he was
our
fat, and then
go-to
now he
every
has
episode? We
those
just
kittens.
shout out to him, and he doesn't.
Wait,
even
what,
know.
Steve?
I don't know. Some
Wait,
kind of
Steve is telling us something.
Drew Stanko is sending. He said, "I sent my fat face photo to your email." LOL. I'm like, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, because I apparently lost
Thanks
like
for the
100 pounds
kitties.
in the last year. And he's like, super
MySpace
fit,
is
fucking-
still around.
Get out of here. Is
Yeah,
my-
it's
my
music
page still up?
related now.
No, he said,
Justin
I'm
owned it,
old.
Justin
If
Timberlake.
MySpace, hang on. Drew said, I'm old. If MySpace was still a thing, I'd use that. So I have Facebook and Instagram so I can watch Britney Spears out of teenage nostalgia.
Nice.
MySpace is still around. There is yeah, you can find your old
But there is
MySpace.
Whoa.
that
You got to go through
that,
the Wayback Machine?
rivalry. So you might not want to if you like Britney because her ex-boyfriend bought it a while back.
Oh. And the plot
Justin
thickens.
Timberlake, and they have bad blood.
Welcome to Britney After Dark.
So you probably
West-
won't find her on it.
Wes says that he's still not on your Discord, Stever.
I know. I told him I'll send him a thingamabobber there once I
I'm
get
still
back
not
on the
on
other-
Discord. I never go there anymore. I went there yesterday. And I was like, oh shit, a lot happened here that I don't care about. Cool.
We used it for a while, but then I don't. It's
don't
so
like
much.
it,
Like
honestly.
just keeping up on Twitter is a lot for me.
There's a lot. There's too
Yeah,
many
Twitter's
things
enough.
to do.
You know,
More
like I
than
have Instagram. I went on Facebook the other day. Oh, that
No,
was
why?
so weird. Like I was like, what am I doing? I feel really
No.
weird over here.
Yeah.
Meta is not where you want to be right now at this point. 'Cause that's gonna
No,
lead us
it
right
was
into
really
metaverse.
uncomfortable. Like I felt like awkward. Like I walked in on somebody. I don't know.
I don't miss Facebook.
Well, that's awesome. Drew's like my wife found me on MySpace in LA 15 years ago. Now got 2 kids and pile of pets.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
That's a
Can we
success
start
story.
to migrate people to the other places?
Oh, sure. Please come and find us over on Odyssey and Rumble. And I'm going to grab, if you are not already on Odyssey, will you please use our link? It helps both of us out. If you use our link to get over there, it gives us a library coin, and I think they give you one to start out with. So I'm going to give you that link in there. And if not, we're also on Rumble. Most of you, I know.
Library coin.
If you can follow us on both of them, that would be awesome.
And I don't have a whole lot for that, so just so you know.
So one of those
We've already spent a
two.
long time here, but we'll wrap up there with Cove Talk.
Hey, Ram. Yes, Drew. Thank you for sharing those kitties. Kate, if you're still here, it's been 7 minutes. I don't know. We love you.
Oh, we're wrapping up soon, Kate. Don't worry.
Yeah. What are you talking about, Steve?
I'm going to sleep now.
What? You did already earlier.
Yeah, for a little while.
Okay.
Now the actual sleep.
I have 12 on Odyssey.
Is everybody migrating over to Odyssey and Rumble? And will you hit a like for us or a whatever thing?
Good night, YouTube, wherever you are. Good night, Odyssey. Good night, Rumble. Good night, Miguel. Good night, Choosy. Good night, Rob. Good night, Drew. Good night,
Let's
Cirrus.
see.
Good night, Wesley.
I forgot the name of the kid. Never mind. I was going to say
Good
something
night,
funny.
Kate. Good night, Elle. Good night, all
Good
y'all.
night. What's his name? I forgot.
Steve
Good
Zimmer.
night, Johnny Boy or something. Is that it? I don't know. I'm too young. Johnny Boy? Johnny something? Y'all know the reference?
John Boy.
Waltons? No?
John
Johnny
Boy.
something? John Boy?
Yes.
Is that it? Good night, John Boy. Y'all know the reference. I know. I watched maybe 2 episodes of this fucking show.
Please join us over on the Rumble or the Odyssey. We're going to be saying goodbye to YouTube for our last segment. Because
Thank you,
YouTube doesn't
everyone,
let
for
us talk
joining
about
us.
everything.
For most of the show. We don't usually do most of the show on YouTube, but this is one of those days where we don't got a lot of Cove talk to talk about. John Boy, I knew it. Okay. I'm glad someone
Welcome.
knows that show. Please join us on Odyssey and Rumble for the end of the show. We appreciate you. And we are doing too soon jokes there as well. So join the fun.
All right. Is everybody going to join us over there for the last bit?
Oh my gosh. My man, Miguel. I saw it, Miguel. You know what I'm talking about.
Bad Dream, hi, welcome. We are just about to go over to Odyssey and Rumble because YouTube likes to censor us. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, you can join us over there.
Bad Dream, we're wrapping up on Odyssey and Rumble, so you can devote a minute amount of time to our show for the end of it. And maybe watch the replay if you missed it.
Yeah, we're going to do
Maybe.
some,
No, do that, please. Please watch the replay when you get the chance. I am not good at promotion.
we moderate everybody over here. So everybody has freedom of speech and where shall you join? Okay, I'm going to put the link. I put the link for the Odyssey. I don't know if you prefer Odyssey or Rumble, but I'm going to copy the other link for you. There's our Rumble link. And I think I put the other one up in here, right? The Odyssey one. If you're not on Odyssey, then if you use our link to follow us over.
Also, I put a link to my podcast that I do coming soon. New episode at the end of the month, as usual. But in case you missed it, the full episodes are there at the link that I am providing to you.
So if you grab the Odyssey or the Rumble link and you follow us over there, you will be able to find us over there. And if you hit the like and subscribe button, ring the bell, then you'll be able to find us when we are live.
Ring our bell. Ring our bell.
All right. Is everybody
okay, go ahead.
Everybody getting moved over there, I think. So make sure that they have an opportunity to grab our link and do that. All right. We got some people on Odyssey and some people on Rumble. Oh,
9 and 13.
I think we need to, I have something that I need to show. We showed kittens, but we need to do this. We need to show our squirrels some love.
Squirrel. Squirrel. I took that, guys.
Yes, that was Elle's squirrel picture.
Also, if you were wondering, the avatar is from 2008 World Economic Forum. I think it was Davos, but it's the annual meeting for sure. And it's Klaus Schwab next to his good friend Yo-Yo Ma. So I'm here to ruin everybody's fascination with musicians. We also talked about Itzhak Perlman a little bit at the beginning of the show. So check it out when you get the chance. We got some Epstein info there as well. Promotions.
All right. Well, I'm hoping that everybody has made it over to Odyssey or Rumble. We're going to be saying goodbye to the YouTube. All right. Bye, YouTube. I hope that you follow us over onto one of the other platforms that does not restrict our speech. And follow us over there, too. Good night, YouTube.
We love you. Bye-bye now.